Hey, Jenna. Hey, Andy. Teresa. Hi. JW. That Fox Girl. Charlotte. Helen. Hey. Alice. Hey. Welcome in. It's Buyer Seller Support Day. Hi. How is everybody? We're going to have a quick lesson in the what nots to do. Yeah, every pun intended in that. What not to do 101. Don't not have show notes. If you notice, I don't have any for this show because guess what I forgot to do? But guess what? We're human. We screw up. We do dumb stuff. I'm going into my notes right now to copy and paste it over. I have notes, all different kinds of notes. I save them in my phone and I copy and paste them based on the show that I'm doing. You don't have to make it from scratch every time. So just know. And then if you need to make changes to it, like mine is, mine needs updated to mention that the book has been updated. Good morning, Kathy. So I will do a little rewrite eventually. It's going to happen most likely today because it'll sit on my brain until I do it. So just copy and paste it, come back to my show, drop it in there, and paste. There we go. Bada bing. Show notes. Okay. So yes. Number 1, have show notes. Do as I say, not as I do, evidently. But if you forget, it is worth taking the second, like I just did. I'm live, but it's worth pausing what you're doing and fixing it. Don't say, oh, I'll just do it next show. I'll have them in their next show. People will come into shows and check those show notes to see what the heck's going on. And if you don't have any, they may not even stay to figure it out, so just that is a way to communicate to your viewership without having to directly communicate to them. That's how you do it as well over here. And the other thing, don't even try to remember what side anything is on. Just go with it. Because seriously, I have been on here for over a year and I still do this, which is where my show notes are. That's where I see it. But I'm pretty sure you see it over here, right? Is this where you see show notes? Good morning. Panda, ma'am. Okay, hang on a second. Also, just know that your moderators call you out when you are not having them modded. Thank you for that. I appreciate it. Dang, it came in hot today. And Kathy, see, Panda, it's not even now. Today, Kathy is not modded. I don't know what's going on. I really don't understand it. There you go, Kathy. Your clothes are on. I don't understand. It's so crazy. This started happening to Panda like 2-3 weeks ago. And now it's happening to Kathy too. I don't get it. But it's okay. I feel violated. I feel like I violated you. I feel bad. It's terrible. So, okay. First news of the week is that while I was in San Antonio, I updated the book. So if you already have my book, when you go to open it, it has new information in there. You purchased a living edition of Beyond the Bid. You do not have to buy. You buy it once and it evolves with the app. So if you log in and look at your book, oh no, I don't like that. It's eerie. But the book is updated. It is now version 1.1. I didn't do a complete rewrite, but I did redo the whole shipping section. So, if I could know the words are hard. Let's get it listed here. There we go. So it does have the new updates in it. It's 5 at the bottom. Yeah. Sent a wonky pic of yeah, let's see. So for those that are with us right now, how many of you are on the fence or just about to jump off the fence to join Whatnot as a seller? And how many of you here are buyers just new to the app that want to get some buyer support? Yay, Kendra. I'm so excited. Not Kathy. Kelsey, yes. Okay. Well, again, this show is for buyers and for sellers. I think it's. Well, congrats, Andy. Oh, that's awesome. I hope you're selling that good stuff that comes in a box and you can eat it. I sure hope that's what you're selling. Y'all, fair warning. Fair warning. A lot of times we come on Whatnot and we can accidentally buy things that it was just like, oh, that was an impulse purchase. Well, guess what? That might happen. It's probably always going to happen. But when you go to Kendra's shows, when she starts doing her shows, just know that you will never, ever, ever, ever regret anything you buy from her because it is delicious. She sells baked goods and they are yummy. They're so yummy. I have had them. I can attest to their deliciousness, and so can my whole family. Because man, yeah.
What are we talking about?
Let's see here. It happened yesterday with you. Oh yes, it did.
Okay.
I bought some funky stuff yesterday.
Not sure I don't know.
But I'm excited to get it.
My
You do bake, Kelsey. And Kelsey, she bakes. Oh, her stuff's yummy too. Because she made my husband a birthday cake and it was delicioso.
Can I show off the fit?
Sure. Caleb went shopping with my daughter for back to school. Oh, Kendra, seriously, like the food, just so good. Yeah, because I'm not a big sweets person, and when you asked all the things that I liked, and then you sent what you said, I was like, oh my god, this is freaking awesome.
Yeah, that's the one thing with me is I have a massive sweet tooth.
Caleb is here. He went shopping. He got some new, what do we call it? Some new
Clothes.
Well, clothes, yeah. But I was trying to have a fun word. Got some new looks, and he wants your all's opinion about his new look. Just stay back over there.
What do you think? This isn't here. I don't know if they can see that, but it's got like.
They can see it. Looks very nice. Kathy said you look very nice. Looking good. Andy says looking good. Yeah, he got some new acid wash jeans.
Yeah. He's caught my
eye. I was having a whole moment. I was like, taking me back. Taking me back. Kendra likes it too. Oh, good morning, Michelle.
Yeah.
Good morning, good
morning. I had to have the acid wash jeans.
I'm trying to, I'm squirreling out. We want to see a red sunrise. Oh, wow. Check out Panda's blinds. Look how red the sky is through there. Woo! Yeah, acid wash is back, y'all. I'm getting a jacket. That's where it's at. The pants, sure. The shorts, sure. Jacket. Need the jacket.
Acid wash.
Yeah, that is a red sky right there. Just piercing through the blinds. Gosh dang. Donna, hey you. You're already up and doing groceries and stuff? Well, ma'am, thank you for doing that because it's not happening over here. You have the jacket? Oh, yeah. I didn't keep mine. Back then it was like, oh, this is so not me anymore. And phew, gone.
Yeah, no, these will keep forever.
It counts. Don't minimize getting groceries in the house this early in the morning. I don't care if Walmart delivered them to the door. You had to go outside. You had to go grab those groceries. And you had to come back in the house and put them all away. You still did the things. And you did it the smart way.
Wait,
that's how I feel about that.
That was her thing all. It's like orange and yellow. Like it's...
So Whatnot now lets you fancify all of your chat.
Oh, that's cool.
See? Saves time for sure. See how it's like, woo.
Yeah.
Yeah. I had a friend embroidered penguins on the back. Oh my gosh. I need a picture of that.
She'll just have Baby Yoda.
I don't know what I would put on mine. I don't know. But I know I want one now that it's back. I don't know that I want pants because I don't like pants. I'm either in shorts or leggings or sweats.
Someone wants to say hi.
You work at Walmart part-time? Then you get all those benefits. Yeah, when Caleb tried working there, it just didn't work out. Is your bundle ready? Yes. So yesterday's bundle came to 40, and I I was talking to you and you weren't there, and then I realized, okay, I'm still talking to her and she's not there. so I'm but yes, so I was just going to add it to the other, but deduct the $5 off for that half yard of the Pokemon Charmander. That no, you're fine. I mean, I was literally on all day yesterday. But yeah, so I have you up here. 1, 2, 3, end of the day. So 40. I had you down for 40. And then the bundle in the shop. I just needed to change it over. And get that Charmander out of there. Let me do that for you.
I think you made someone upset.
Who did I make upset?
Margaret, she wanted to come in here to say hi, and then she won't.
Oh, I'm sorry. You can have her come back.
Margaret!
Is that a jacket penguin picture? Oh my gosh. Okay. All right, we're going to squirrel out real quick, Michelle. Hang on. Oh, and it has a baby. Oh my gosh. It's so cute. Oh, it's back. You better rock that all fall and winter. You're in it to win it now. Look at her acid wash jacket with the penguins.
I love the penguins.
Yeah, he loves penguins too. Caleb loves that. Yeah, it is your time to shine. Yeah, that embroidery work is beautiful. Oh, Margaret, say hi, everyone. Margaret, say hi. Look. Nope, she just wants her boy. She don't want nothing to do with that.
You want your hands
okay. Focus. All right. We're going. What was I doing? Oh, show. The things. Yeah. Focus on my squirreling out for a second.
You might not be able to see it, but there's just a squirrel
MDB.
Dancing in circles.
Well, it's because I haven't even imported that because I pulled it so that way it wouldn't be incorrect. Import. All right, so it was 68. So that brought that down to 63 plus the 40, so 103. I'm just going to do it for 100.
One last person.
Plus, oh, here's Miss Hazel. This is the little turkey that got herself hurt in the backyard yesterday. Hazel. What do you think, huh? But she's better today. Plus the 8-3 bundle. So 65 from 70. There we go. Goodness gracious. Next. 100. Done. Save. There you go, Michelle. So that's for the 2 days worth of bundling. Yes, me too. Yeah, I'm so glad because at first she had like grass and little bits of dirt stuck in the wound, but what it is she had like a dime-sized spot where she had either scraped something on like where the little chain link is. I think it got her, pinched her. Oh, thank you, Michelle. And that will be going out later today. My show today is short. I've finally found a flow that really works. So today, if you're purchasing anything from the shop, it'll go out. But I'm not doing an auction today. That way I can finish sending out everything from yesterday. And then tomorrow we'll do another. I try to only do auctions 3 days a week. Oh, what? Okay. So, everyone is just wilding out in here. All right. Hi there. Good morning. I fixed it. Sheesh. Okay. It got everybody today. I don't understand. I can't figure it out. But good morning. Let's get this back over here. Okay. That was not the right one. Beyond. Okay. I need to keep that up there so everybody knows. I know. She's always like the favorite of Whatnot. They don't do her dirty ever, but today they did. They're like, well, it's a free for all now. Okay. So, has anyone done their show since the shipping change? Yesterday was my first time, and I wanted to give you my feedback about it. So, my initial feedback is this is awesome. And I'm going to say it again. This is awesome. Before the change, you had to decide, am I shipping it priority? Am I shipping it ground? You had to you just had a lot of things you had to think about, mainly those two. But like, how much is it? Like, if I set it here, then it auto resets and all these things. Well, with Ground Advantage just being the default, your customer is only getting charged any increase, unless you have it set to max shipping. They're only getting the increase. Whereas when we did priority, as soon as they hit that 921 after 5 pounds, it would whack them again. So they would go a long time in this free shipping window, and then bam, it was gone. So and then it'd whack you again. Well, now with Ground Advantage, when you reach the 5 pounds, yes, it does start charging again, but it's a smaller amount. Like it just tacks that little bit each time. It's not whacking everybody. So I think that that's wonderful, that it is a more appropriate way to be charged for shipping as a buyer. I can appreciate that. I did a lot of buying yesterday, so I could see it as a buyer. I bought stuff I probably shouldn't have, but I was testing the method. I tried different sellers. I mean, I think I bought from 6 different people yesterday just to see how it goes and to see what my shipping was going to be. And I, as a buyer, am very pleased with the new shipping. So just know that even though it was kind of scary to lose that initial, just be able to use those flat rates, as a buyer, I really appreciate the change. It's discounted. It's consistent. I like that. As a seller, it's more difficult because of the box situation, but I've been able to mitigate that because I'm a cross seller. And so I have packaging, I have that kind of stuff. And if you don't have those things, there are low cost options, especially in like the fabric and the yarn category. I know that not everyone's a fan of the polybag system, but if you're double bagging your product, and in some cases triple bagging your product, it's a safe way to go. And it's not, it's all about just protecting that purchase. And if you're doing all those things, it truly is on the post office to take care of it. You know, if you only bag it once and it gets torn to crap, I mean, that should be on us as sellers. But when you package it properly, with a poly bag, I don't see an issue. So it should be on them. Everybody should be held accountable for their role in getting your customer their product in perfect condition. That is not on us, and it shouldn't be put on us. And I know that everybody makes mistakes and stuff, but just saying, package it well, know that you packaged it well, and send it. And you're going to be going live on the 13th. Wonderful. Okay. So yes, has anybody had issues with the shipping as a seller? Did anybody find that it was just too different or anything like that? Has anybody had any issues at all? I have my show set up at max shipping, and I sold over 200 items yesterday, and I did almost 20 giveaways, and all I was out, because I cover whatever is over that $775. My cost yesterday, which I thought in my brain was going to be about $30 or $40, was only $18. So I'm just saying, like, I was very pleasantly surprised by that because a lot of that was giveaways. I think I only ended up paying out a couple bucks in shipping for those that happened to go over the 5 pounds. So that was a change that I was happy to see, because it's now, as the weeks go on and I start tracking that savings, it's going to be able to allow me to make adjustments in my shows on my pricing. So that's that's the goal, is to just be able to provide. And for my shows, my goal is to provide just the right product at the right price, you know. And when shipping charges decrease, that alleviates a lot of stress. A wrong question in text. Okay, let's see here. I heard a lot of sellers saying that they are being charged during the show if they have max shipping on and the person goes over the 5 pounds. I don't know where to see that. Do you? Yes. So during your show, because your charges as a seller happen automatically, just like, well, this has always been the case, but where you see it, oh, Sue, I will. So here, I'm going to show you where to look for it. Oh, Kathy, ma'am. All right, minimize show. So you're going to go to your seller hub and you're going to go to payouts. And then you're going to go to transactions. And right there during your show, if you're charged, look, there's a charge right there. That charge was for 78 cents, charge deduction for giveaway. So charge deduction for giveaway. Another one, another one, another $1 for a giveaway. Another one. There, those ones are all my giveaways. And then I did get charged. Oh, right here. Oh, wait, no, where'd it go? Shoot. Hang on. Oh, heaven's sake, where did it go? 33 cents. Maybe it was that $1. Oh, no, that's not it either. 45 cents. Yeah, it deducts right away. But where you look at it is you go to Seller Hub payouts, and then toggle over to transactions, and it will pull up right there. So, like for instance, Michelle just bought her bundle. It was $100 bundle, right? Out of that, I only get $87 because they have already taken all of the fees before they pay me. So on a $100 purchase, if you guys want to kind of gauge what it is, on a $100 purchase, you're going to get about $87, depending on what kind of seller you are. If you're a premier seller, you obviously make more than that because your commissions are lower. But that's why you really need to understand the fee structure and all of that. So, because what you sell an item for is not the end all be all. You do need to watch those transactions, and that's where you go to do that. It tells you right in the moment because she literally just bought it and it's already there. So you get that information right away. So the best thing to do if you are super new and you have access to different forms of technology is to go ahead and have that up on a separate phone, a separate tablet, something like that, where you can monitor that. Because if something happens and you're like, whoa, you can adjust what you're doing in the moment because you can see it. It's not an after show shock. And then now you're trying to catch up where you've been hit with fees or things like that you weren't anticipating. So just know where to go. And those are the steps. I don't have that in the book. Let me make a quick note for myself. The next version is not going to be released until November when the final decisions are made on the priority shipping, but I will add this in. So thank you, Freedom, for sending me that question about that. So it's where to go to see instant charges and compensation. Okay, there we go. I will add that. That I think is key information. It's something that I just knew and I didn't think to put in the book. So this is why I do this show. If you guys have a question and if I can't say it's in the book, then it needs to come into the book. Does that make sense? So these shows are really to help that living edition become better and better. Being successful on this platform should be able to be done by everyone. You just have to, it does take work, but everyone can be successful if you have the right mindset and the right drive to do it. Your why matters most of all. Why are you doing it? And the rest falls into place. As long as your why is good, your product is good, the rest of it, just do the steps and it will happen. It's not an overnight success for everyone. Some people actually did get that. That was not my story. But I've been on for a little over a year, and I'm not a premier seller, as you can see. That is not something that I am actively working to get to. That's something that if it happens naturally, that's when it's going to happen for me. It would be wonderful. I think it's great. Becoming a premier seller does give a level of confidence straight out of the gate to anybody new coming on the platform, because it has very strict criteria. But so what I like to say is, if you're not a premier shop, which you will not be starting out, you have to be a seller for over 90 days just to even qualify. If you do all of the other things, there's just a ton of stuff. But make sure that when someone clicks on your profile, or when you click on your own profile, that you would want to buy from you. That's it. So look at your shop. Look at what it looks like. Would you buy from yourself? Look at your reviews. Would you buy from yourself if you read those reviews? Look at your sales. Look at your follower count and your those kinds of things. Look at your shipping time as it's listed. Look at the photos that are up there. Does it best represent you? Does your bio represent you? Those kinds of things. So just make sure that you would want to buy from you. And if you do, then great. And if you're like, ooh, I need to fix some things, just write down what you need to fix and tackle them one thing at a time. Bite-sized chunks and get it done. The whole thing is just to keep moving forward. Glance at what's going on in the now. A lot of what's on your bio or what's on your profile is the past, because they're past reviews, they're past listings. So you can take a glance at that and change it and never think about it again. Don't live back there. Just if you see something that needs change, just do the steps moving forward. Always be moving forward, and the rest takes care of itself. So if you have reviews that are not good, address them. Go in, speak to that customer directly, handle it with respect and concern back to them, and let it go, because you're never going to change it. It's always going to be there, and all you can do is work on getting better reviews and being a better seller. That's it. Own your mistakes. That's huge. And sometimes you'll get a review that's bunk. I'll be honest. I got one about a giveaway, and I was like, okay, well, you know what? I'm doubling down on this, because I am happy to give what I give. It may not be a lot, but it is what I have, and it was exactly what you wanted, what I said I was giving. So you can still acknowledge. You can still acknowledge that you are proud of what you're doing, even if somebody doesn't receive it well. But always acknowledge it. Don't let it just sit there. Always respond, but respond with care. Make sure that what you're saying is what you want everyone else to read. And be mindful of that as a buyer. Before you buy from somebody, read their reviews. It doesn't reflect who they are today when you go to their show. It does reflect their previous behavior. So people can have a bad day. You could go on a show and it's a fantastic seller, but they're having a bad day and maybe shouldn't have went on. That can happen. But typically, when you go in, it'll let you know how long they've been selling and things like that. And you can just have a gauge, right? Don't let it be the end all be all just because you see things. Now, if it's a lot of negative, then obviously you're taking a chance going into their show. But if it's a mix, come in, ask questions, bring up their reviews, ask them about them, because a confident seller is going to say, you know what? Yes, I had some issues back then and I feel like I've addressed them or whatever. Give them the opportunity to explain themselves. If they don't want to address it, take that into consideration, make a decision. But yeah, just if someone comes in your show and they ask you questions, answer them. That is it. Don't deflect. Don't do any of that. If you don't know the answer, say, I don't know, but I'll look into it. Just be very transparent. I think that goes a long way. I have another thingy here. Let me see. Yes. Right. Okay. So the question is about setting up sticker giveaways or card giveaways. The things that you can put in a regular first class envelope. So what I do is no matter what it is, I put it in at 0 to 1 sticker, 0 to 1 sticker, period. Um, then that way, if somebody wins multiple giveaways, if they win 3, it still goes first class. It still goes in the envelope because that would only equal 3. You can put up to 3 ounces in one envelope. So if you have, if you set your giveaways up for 1 to 3 ounces, and then somebody wins an extra giveaway, so now they've won 2, it's going to push you into ground advantage shipping. So yeah, it's better to have to make an adjustment later on the back end. That's just me. Maybe that's not something I'm supposed to be telling you, but I'm telling you straight up as it is for me. For instance, Susu yesterday won 3 giveaways, and hers is still going first class mail because it added up to 3 ounces. So that's where you have to really decide, like, if your giveaways tend to cluster for people, keep that in mind. It doesn't happen often though, so it can be just like a hit or miss type of thing. Like it could but in my shows, I'm just going to say, if you win a giveaway in my show, you're very likely to win another one, because that's just how it goes. Panda's won like 3, 4, a 5, like a lot in one show. Kathy's won multiples. Sue's won multiples. Like, a lot of times, once you win, you win. I ran a giveaway for Vimu and for Sue, and then immediately right after, they both won another one. So I don't know what it is. We don't get to decide that as sellers. It's just something with the Whatnot algorithm. I don't know. I don't know why. But it is random. So I do still hold strong to that it doesn't, Whatnot is not paying attention to who's in my show. It's just an app. Nobody's like, ooh, let's do this. There's nobody in the office going, ooh, let's do this and that. No, it's just happening. So as a seller, if you know that your items, you always want to make sure you cover the weight of your item. But in those instances, when it's real close like that, I would err on the side of just being able to put more giveaways in an envelope than it pushing me. And then now I'm out an extra $3-4 because now these stickers that were won are now pushed into a ground advantage when I can clearly put them in an envelope. They're not going to fully weigh that. Because what we have to do as sellers is we have to consider what the item weighs completely packaged. So if the item weighs an ounce and you put it at an ounce, when it goes to ship, it's going to be heavy. So you want to put that to like 2 ounces. So maybe if the most you want to fit in one flat rate envelope or in one first class envelope, maybe do a custom shipping profile at 1.49. That way, when those 2 items, if someone wins 2 of those giveaways, it adds up to 2.98, and it still keeps that threshold, but it allows that maximum 3 ounces. I do that with my fat quarters, my half yards, and my yard cuts. I have those dialed in at a half ounce over what it weighs to cover if it goes. I assume polybag when I do my weights. That way I know the item's covered, but it keeps it as close to that item weight as possible, because so much can fit in a box. Just like cards, a lot of stickers, a lot of cards can fit in an envelope. So you want to err on the side of caution for that. Because yeah, getting slammed with that. When Panda won the 4 times, I did have to send all of her stickers ground advantage, but I'm okay with that. That's just what's going to happen sometimes. That's okay. But if it happens all the time, then that I would have to change the structuring. I just wouldn't be able to do the giveaways the way I'm doing them. Because yeah, it seems silly to have to spend $5 to send, a handful, like what fits in your hand, a handful of stickers, or like 5 or 6 Pokemon cards or sports cards. That just doesn't make sense. You lose when that happens. So, cost of doing business, I guess. But yeah, No, I think I love the little, it's like a little game when I'm live and when I'm in other people's shows. I watch who wins givvies. Like I'm always interested in like how can I see, like, I also like to gamble with when I enter a givey. Like sometimes I want to be the first person, sometimes I want to be the last person, sometimes I'll go right in the middle because I don't know why. I think it's going to change my odds. I don't know why I do it, but it is. It's like this little thing, it gets your adrenaline going. It's fun, it's engaging. And so then when the same person keeps winning, I'm just like, why can't that one person be me? you know? Because it is never me. I think I need to pay Panda to go to shows with these $100 giveaways and just enter them for me, and we'll split it. Because I'm like, please come into this show, woman, help me out here. You're a giving winner. Get in here. Oh, so that might help too. Yeah. It's already updated, Michelle. So when you log in to look at it, it will have a new cover. It mentions that it's a version 1.1. And it notates in the table of contents where the changes are made. And in this one, the only changes are to the shipping section. So those new shipping rules are all in there. The old information's been removed and the new information is in place. So yeah, it is already ready to go for you. It launched Friday. And I just, yep. Oh, yeah, and it is. I think so. He doesn't, I don't think he does yarn shows anymore, but Triple D Vintage, there were times in his shows where two people were the only two people to win givvies. Like they just kept bing, 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 bing. He does still do yarn shows? Aw, I need to find one. I need to find one to go in. I need to go to his profile and check. It's been a while. But yeah, just, it's crazy how the giveaways work. And we won't even talk about Peach, okay? We're not going to even talk about Peach because that dude will straight up just say, I'm going to win this givey, and then he wins. And I'm just like, I'm not bold enough to say I'm going to win. That is probably my problem. Well, it is my problem. Ooh, girl. That is cute. I love that. That's Bone Garden yarn. It's so beautiful. And look at the sweater. It's like a little shawl. It's a sleeve shawl. It's so cute. He has one at 7:30. And look at the back. It's so cute. I love it. Love, love, love. You did good, girl. Bone Garden Bolero, Culture Club, and Murder of Crows. Double crochet, triple. Is it, treble mesh? Is that what that says? What is TR mesh? Oh, hey, Yaya. Yeah, I love that. You guys, make sure that you are shopping with Jen and Stace for their yarn. I can't use most of it because it's got wool in it, but it's beautiful. I'm well. How are you? I love the new name with the Gone Rogue. I like that. I like it a lot. So the consensus is yay for the new shipping as a buyer. Yay for the shipping as a seller, but it is something new and new things are hard, but we can work through that. It does add more time to when you're shipping because of the box sizes. Now, once you get in the groove, it'll be fine. But having those box sizes in there, I need to see about, you know what? I did want to check that. So I think you can go into your shipping profiles. I haven't done this yet, so we're going to just do it together. I'm going to go to my shipping settings, shipping profiles, and I'm going to go to let's just do half yard cuts. That's what I do the most. Bundling options. Set them. Set a maximum number of items to put in one package. Box dimensions. Custom.
We would love to be praying with you and for you. You can head to the Air One app. It is free. Or air1.com, and underneath that faith tab, you can submit your.
Oh, I really need to dive into this a little bit more. But so my issue as a seller with the new things is that before I could just select a flat rate box and it gave me the dimensions. I only had to type in the dimensions of my boxes if it was Ground Advantage. Well, now everything's Ground Advantage. So I'm going to test it out. I'm going to go ahead and set those up for the box sizes that I have and how many items I can fit in that box up to the 5 pounds. Cause these ones you're not supposed to go, oh, well, can you go? That's the thing. Like before it was all set up for 5 pounds. So I'm going to mess around with that today. What I might do is I might have a couple of you come and do a private show with me, where I'll sell some things, but we'll cancel the whole order. We'll cancel everything. I just want to see if it comes up with the box sizes that I want it to. So I'm not having to enter it. 49 orders yesterday, 49 shipments yesterday. And that's 49 times I have to go in there and change the box size. So if I can find a way to set that up in the shipping profile, I'm going to do that. And I'm going to teach that to y'all. So that way shipping goes much faster. Cause that was really frustrating yesterday to sit there and I felt like an accountant. I was like, 864, 864, 864, 864, 864. I was like, oh my gosh, this is just like, and it makes me go crazy when I'm doing the same thing over and over again. Hey, Mom. So yeah, if I can figure that out, I will share that with y'all. I will not put that in the book because that's just a personal preference thing, but I will discuss it. The book will still go over how you can do a custom profile, but, it didn't change shipping at all. I had my first show with the Ground Advantage. I changed package sizes and I was packaging and it did not change shipping at all. Right. So as long as the dimensions are within, so here's a quick little note. And I think I have this in, no, I don't see, this is another personal preference thing. I'm going to add this to the book. So the max dimensions before you get charged extra for a package size is 12, 12, 12. So all you need to do is when you multiply 12 times 12 times 12, it comes up with 1728. That's your magic number, okay? 1728. So when you have a box and you're like, oh, but this box is over 12 inches long. Say it's 14 inches long. Let's say the box is 14, 12, 6, okay? 14 inches by 12 inches by 6 inches. That's only 1,008. It's good. You're not going to get extra charge. The only time you'll get charged more for a package size is if it exceeds that 1728. Okay. So, 15, 12, 10. Let's check it. 15 times 12 times 10. That's 1,800. See, 1,800, you went over. So you can't, that's why. And so the difference between 1,800 and 1728, whoops, back up, clear. 1,800 minus 1728 is only 72. 72. That's it. And that cost her $11. So don't do it. Just know, or if you're doing it, be aware you're going to get charged. So make sure 1728 is your magic number. Just write it down somewhere near your laptop or your computer, wherever you do your shipping labels. And just make sure that whatever your sizes are, if it exceeds that, you are accepting the extra cost. 1728. 1728. So if her box would have been 15, 12, 9, I think it would have been fine. So let's check that. 15, 12, 9. Oh, it could have even been 9.5 inches. 1620 would have went fine. So yeah. Can you do that for the items before they sell? That's what I was just talking about, Mom. So you do have shipping profiles. It does offer bundling options. So when you're choosing, I have a shipping profile for half yards, fat quarters, yarn weights. Like I have specific yarn weights, things like that, notions. It does offer for you to do a custom box size and to let you know how much goes in there. Right. So if you pre-package those, so those are, let me grab, hang on real quick. So those things are, oh, that's definitely going to be a big charge. Yeah. Because that's like 18, 13, 4. 18, 13, 4. Well, it says 936. Did I do something wrong? 18 by 13 by 4. Says it'll be fine. It says 936. Yep. So you just need to find the right box sizes for those items. Yep. Or sell them in 3-packs and it comes in the box. Because I already have the box, Mom. I've got a box for them right there. It fits perfect. Just kidding. That's a big box. That's like 18, 13, 13, I think. I have 6 more. Oh. I'm being taken over, y'all. She needs to hurry up and move here. And y'all better be bookmarking her shows for all this Disney stuff because she's shipping it to me. Have you researched the best price for boxes? I've done a lot of research for boxes. However, I don't do a lot of large items. So for me, I like to use the 864 boxes. I have them in my shop. They're like $1 a box. I prefer poly bags, padded bags, things like that. Those should be in the shop. The padded ones I think I pulled because I wanted to change brands that I got. I've stuck more to just the solid poly bags because they're very thick. The mill on them is really thick. There's, oh, and I just tore I twist. Okay, so just so you know, Mom, I need glue. No. I mean, I did at first, yes. But no, there's a ton of places online to buy boxes. The best thing you can do is Google search the exact box size that you need. And if until you know the box size that's going to suit you best, or at least a few different sizes, because, you know, I found that the flat rate side loading boxes, they held more, but it changed the way I had to package items. So I preferred more boxy style boxes instead of the skinny long boxes. So really it does come down to what you in particular need. What works for somebody else may not work for you. So I prefer to polybag, double polybag. It gets my cost down to about 25 cents per order instead of the $1. Boxes are just expensive. And then you have to think about the tape and the labor to tape the boxes. So if you need boxes, you need them. If you don't need them, don't use them because it's a more, there's more costs involved with using boxes and labor. And the labor is the thing that nothing can give back. No amount of money will pay you back for the time that you lose. And I don't want to say you're losing time doing that, but at the same time, you kind of are. Let's just call it what it is. You only get this one life. And if I can save time packaging and it still is a protected quality product, I'm going to do it. Yes. And now that they're not going to be flat rate boxes, ma'am, ding, 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 right there. Break it down. Don't leave them the way they are. Go ahead and break those suckers down. And yes, reuse, reduce, reuse, recycle. If it's a new seller and you don't know how they'll respond to a reduce, reuse, recycled box, then maybe have a couple for new buyers, but provide a message in your show. Put it in your show notes that you reduce, reuse, recycle. Tell people, because if they don't like it, that's on them. You know, you have to do what's best for you. And I appreciate when someone reduce, reuse, recycles, because it sickens me how much trash we have. Just my household. It sickens me how much trash gets accumulated. So if you can reuse a box, by all means. Those priority boxes, every time I shipped one, I'm like, man, no one can reuse this box. And that's just, unless they're sending it priority, they can. But just drive me nuts. Hi, honey. I love you. Okay. All right, love you. He's 21 years old, y'all. He still comes in here to tell me what he's doing for the day. And now he loves me. For Christmas gifts. Ma'am, thank you. That's great. That's perfect. That's what I used to do with Amazon boxes. I should have, I just can't with the boxes. My sticker says I recycle on the packing slip. Perfect. Yes. Yes. Any flannel? Yes, I do have flannel. Today is buyer seller support. Tomorrow I will be running fabrics, and I would be happy to run some flannels for you tomorrow. So be sure to come in tomorrow for that. I'm on at 9:30 in the morning. I do an EPP tutorial at the beginning. If you'd like, if you go to my, you know what, let me just do this real quick. So when I run fabrics of any kind, I use this listing. Let me get back into my show all the way out here in shipping land. Hang on here. So if you want to know when I'm running fabric, just bookmark this item. And as soon as it pulls up on the screen, you'll get a notification. If you want to just come to the show and hang out and learn EPP with us, then by all means do that too. But yeah, if you click on that picture and hit the notify bell, anytime I'm selling fabric specifically, that gets you the dinger. That gets you the notification. I got a note that my order was posted, but I don't see it. Got a note that my order was posted. If sellers can save money on packaging, it'll help them keep from having to increase their prices. Yes, it does. Now, obviously, if you have a box that is banged up, please do not reuse that box and send it to somebody. Always ship the way you would want to receive. Treat people the way you want to be treated, and the rest of it works out, because you can't handle how the other person responds. Just think of what you would want and just start there. And it usually works out. All right, but I need to get that off my screen before somebody thinks I'm running fabric today. Let me get the book back up there. There we go. Okay. Yeah. Anytime the seller can get a savings. And here's the deal. Like, my price points are set. I go off averages. So I really, really, really try hard to not deviate from the price points that I have. I do $3 fat quarters, I do $5 half yards, and I do $10 full yards. Now, there are occasions when my yardage is 6 and 12 for half and full yards. There are certain fabrics that dollar matters, but I keep it as low as I can for starting bids, because I do want to give you the best I can possibly offer. So no, I don't make a ton. I don't make a lot of money, but I make enough that I can continue to do these shows and not get into that car of mine and go do Spark Delivery. Because I'm telling you, it was murdering my soul. So, yeah, don't go into this thinking, oh, I'm going to be rolling in my, like, maybe you will, I don't know, but that was not my intent. My intent was to supplement the income that I was literally busting my butt for, and just a lot of wear and tear on my body. I sent a screenshot of a sticker option. Oh, okay. Well, it's loading and loading and loading. 9 million years later. I don't know what's going on with this. It doesn't happen every day, but it happens often enough that I'm like, let me close out and try again. It's like it just doesn't want to. Oh, there it goes. I just saw it. Dang it. All right, well, we're going to let that load up. Oh, thank you. This was my Mother's Day gift from Caleb. It came with a little saucer to go underneath of it. Yeah, my internet's having a Monday too. Yeah, it's look, now it's doing this. Oh, there's that stupid message. I don't know about you guys, but anytime a piece of technology tells me it's embarrassed, I literally roll my eyes. I'm like, whatever. Don't like, this is embarrassing. No, you're not embarrassed. You're an app. You're not embarrassed. I don't know. It bugs me. I don't know. I'm weird. Whatever. Don't judge a box by its cover. We lovingly recycle all our packaging materials. Yes, and yes. That's right. I love that. Great sticker option. Absolutely love that sticker option. Now, I will judge a box if it's all banged up, but then I have to wonder, was it banged up when they sent it, or was it banged up because of the post office? Yes, those are. You can, those key features tell you without me having to say, because I'm not supposed to say, but you can see all for yourself. Yes, yes, yes. She can say. I can't say. But, yes. I can say yes. That's what I can say. Well, now my phone doesn't want to go back to whatnot. Okay, there we go. Oh, man. Sue, are you here? Oh, thank you for your message. That right there is why I'm here on this platform, is for messages like that. I'm not sharing it with everyone, but just, I have not been in your shoes. I'm not trying to say that, but I've been in a similar situation. It didn't go on for 7 years. I wasn't fortunate enough to get those, but oh, so glad that we met, and thank you for that. That's why that if anything, Whatnot has done for me is I was surrounded by my people, and connections made on here are fantastic. So anywho, all right. Lights are on. Caleb is busy doing his Caleb-y things. All right. So any other questions about selling, things like that? Sue, I need to finish up your bundle. Let me go in here.
When people ask you if you think God is real, do you have a story that you tell them? It's Air One. I am Lacey, and I had a conversation.
Oh, Mother Bear.
That I met last night named Billy. I serve with a ministry here in Nashville.
I think even a box banged up. Long as Solar takes care of everything inside.
And
yes.
I got to talk with a man named Billy last night. I just sat on the sidewalk and I said, "What's your
okay? Yeah. Let's do that. Let's do that. Because there might be things tomorrow, and then I can just shove them in. Tomorrow is tutorial day. Tomorrow we're doing EPP together. And then afterwards, I'm going to do some remnant cuts that are wonderful for EPP. We're going to do some fat quarters, some half yards. No big yardage tomorrow, but yeah, we're gonna do some tutorial. Oh, I need a fidget pin. This is not a fidget pin, and I break it every time I start fidgeting with it. And it's my favorite. My mom made it for me. And look, it's Rainbow Bright. And she's so cute. But I keep twisting on it, and it falls apart.
He said a woman had accidentally driven
I
off
got a
of
box
the
that
road
was all
and
kinds of,
didn't
oh
go
yes.
to the woods.
But if the contents are
But
good, the
no
contents are
one
good.
said no one was ever
Like, that's the
hired.
thing. If
And
you
when I
open up a
talked to
banged up
the
box
bosses
and the
and
inside
all
was
things,
packaged well,
they showed it to me.
you
She said,
forget
I
all about the
prayed
outside
and I
because the
prayed
inside
and
is
I
all
prayed
good.
and I prayed and I asked God, please send me someone to help me. And he said, so
Oh, there we
I
go.
still couldn't tell you what I
They
went outside
bagged
for
them
that day. I
and
still have
all
no
looked
idea
good.
what I
Yes.
went outside for, but I know that it was because of God. God was asking me to go outside so that I could help that woman. And I was like, well, if anybody needs a
And yes, yeah. I talked about this a little bit yesterday. So if you're new and you haven't launched yet, if you haven't finished up that seller profile, it's not that's okay. If you join between now and the 6th, I would definitely do it at least a day before the 7th. On the 7th, it's no commission fees. It's a great day to test the selling on Whatnot. Even if you don't make a sale, getting on, showing product, running auctions, having things in your bin, doing all the steps is a win. It is worth it. And if you do it on that particular day, you will not get cut the fees that normally apply. So if you can adjust something by $1, make it like a little bit cheaper, you're not getting charged commission fees. You still will get charged your credit card processing of 30 cents. You will still get charged 2.9% for the card to process. Those two things are not going away, but the 8% charged by Whatnot is zero. So think of what you spend in tax and you're saving that. You're saving that when you sell. So on that particular day. And Whatnot also matches your first $150 in sales. So just know that if I need $5 for this item, I can technically sell it, or if I need to sell it for $5, so I make $3. Then maybe now you can sell it for $3 because Whatnot's going to match it. You're still going to make more than you'll actually make more selling it for less. That might sound really confusing. I don't want to confuse anybody. That's not my goal here. But when you're considering the match, they will match you up to $150. You don't have to make $150. You can make $10 and they're going to send you a check for $10. Well, they're going to deposit $10 into your account. But it's up to. So it doesn't mean you have to sell $150 to get matched at all. If you sell $22, they're going to give you $22. If you sell $149, that's what you're going to get. They're not going to give you the full $150. They will match your first $150 in sales up to. So just use that to get on here, even if you start a couple days before. So did they change the bonus program? The last I saw, you have to sell to 5 different people in your first 7 days, and they'll match up to $150. But there are requirements. You do have to sell to 5 people. You have to go live for a minimum of 2 hours total. So if you want to do 4 days, 30-minute shows, you'll meet that 2-hour criteria. If you want to just bang it out in one, that's what I would do. That is what I did. 2-hour show right out the gate. Get those 2 hours out of the way. Find those 5 buyers. Tell people, I need to sell 5 stickers to 5 different people and I'm going to sell them for $1. Whatnot doesn't care what you sell. They care that you are selling to multiple people. So not yet. It's still $1K before you get your instant payout. They have not changed it to $2,500 yet. I assume that that's going to happen probably around November when the final shipping changes happen. They might do a whole thing then, but not as of yet. No, none of that has changed. So right now, if you reach 1,000 sales, you get instant payout instead of waiting for when someone receives it and then you get paid after that. So that is changing though to 2,500 item or 2,500 sales. So get grandfathered in, get in there, get those sales. If you intend on staying on Whatnot. Now, some people just come on here to do kind of like what we used to do back in the day, which was like garage sale style, where you just come on for a little bit. You're just wanting to make a little bit of money here. Maybe it's to pay for a vacation or braces or whatever, you might not be on here consistently. But if you're showing up with good product, it doesn't matter. That part takes care of itself. At 1K, you get paid after you ship the product instead of when they like 48 hours after they receive the product. So as soon as it is shipped, you get paid. They are changing it. Well, at least that's what we heard. I don't know if that's like when or if that's even going to happen. I just know that it was brought up. So yeah. Yeah. And that comes down to, for instance, in order for you to get instant payout, the credit card processing people need to have made $300 off of you. Just call it what it is. 1,000 sales times 30 cents is $300. So until that credit card processing company has received $300 from you specifically, you're not getting instant payout. Well, I think what's happening is that's not enough for them anymore. And now they're going to force you to sell $2,500 items. So now they're getting, what is that now? So $750? No, $900. Why am I not doing math properly right now? Thank you for your purchase. Why is my brain not working? I'm just going to bust out the calculator because my math is normally on point and today it's just not. 30 cents times 2,500. I think that's $750. Yeah, $750. So before they needed $300. Well, now they're like, no, we need to get $750 from you before we start paying you out. That's all it is. It's not necessarily Whatnot. It's the processing company. In my opinion, that's what it is. Because that's the only thing that is sales related, is that each little sale is 30 cents every single time. And they want more. Just what they want. But get in while it's 1,000. Just saying. That'd be my guess. That'd be the best thing to do. And to the person that just purchased my book, I am there and I love it. I didn't realize it until my money showed up early. Yes, good. Oh, I'm so happy for you. It's such a big moment because you put in so much work. You really do. The being live part's the easiest part of it all. So if this is the part that's scaring you, get this done because this is the part that's the easiest. And I'm not saying that to deter anybody. I'm saying that because it's true. Being live with you guys, now again, personalities are different. Some people, the engagement is what's exhausting and the back end is what's easier. So don't take this with a grain of salt. But typically you like one thing or the other. I bought the book last week. I didn't get it in my email. Oh, Teresa, let me check that for you. Make sure that I have your email right. Let me read it back to you. Well, crap. I'm going to message it to you. To make sure. Let me go to my list. Manage access. And let's see here. Can you message me real quick and send me your email so I can cross-reference it? One second, guys. What is going on? Let's see here. Oh, well, that's because this is the first time I'm getting your email, hun. Whatnot doesn't give us your email. So until you send it to me, that is private information Whatnot keeps. So yeah, now I have it. So that explains it. All right, let me get you added right this minute so you can get your copy going. I was like, wait a second. I sent out all the things. I'm like, I should have you in there if I got you in there. All right, let's go here. Let's hit add. Let's get you added in here. Enter viewer. All right, let me know if you get that email. You have been added. Do you think it's better to put 2 items out for $2 or no? Yes, that came out wrong. Okay, 1 second. Does it take some of you a while to come down off the adrenaline after show? Yes. It's hard for me to get off of here because I love it so much. And don't apologize, Teresa. It's no worries at all. Oh, okay, Kelsey. All right. You have a good day, honey. Do you think it's better to put... Okay, so B. Grassi, 100%. When you sell something for $1... Yay, good. When you sell something for $1, best case scenario, that's if it was a sticker and you only charged the customer 78 cents for the shipping portion. You will make like 42 cents on $1. 42 cents for $1. If it sells at $1, which again, if you list it for $1, you're not allowed to be mad if it sells for $1. You're not allowed. I hold you to that. It hacks me off when someone gets upset that something sold for $1. I'm like, you put it up for $1. That's the risk you take, you know? So anywho, if you have dollar items, bundle them. Pup is good. She's laying right over there, just living her best life, taking a nap. She's all good. Oh, she heard me talking about her. Now she's gonna go drink water. It's better to do 2 for 2, 3 for 3, for whatever it is. 2 for 3. Do 2 for 3. You know, whatever it is, because the difference between $1 and $2 is insane. I'm about to tell you what it is. So when you sell something for $1 and it's a sticker, we're gonna assume this is stickers here. You make about 42 cents. If you sell the stickers at $2, you make $1.30. Like, that's a huge, it's almost a whole, you almost get the whole dollar. I mean, so just saying, like, yes, if you do things at $1, your sales are going to go quickly at $1. If you have things that are worth, if your cost on something is like 15 cents and you sell it for $1 and you make 30 cents or 40 cents or whatever, so you're making like 30 cents every time it runs, that's still profitable. But if your cost is anything less than 40 cents or anything more than 40 cents, you're taking a loss. And you're taking a huge loss because now you also have time invested into shipping that sucker. So just know, like, it's better to bundle lower cost items than it is to run things at $1, unless that's not your goal. If your goal is to get to 1,000 sales, you do what you got to do, but be aware of what it's going to cost you to do that. The cost of doing business, that's the cost that you just have to consider. But yes, I would say if you had, well, for instance, I have those sticker packs, right? So if you get a 5-pack of stickers, it's going to cost you $2. Now, if I also give them away too. So I try to give back that way where I can. But you really just be very mindful of the fee structure. I have a cheat sheet. It's not in the book. These are things that I offer if I do like independent consultations with somebody, where it breaks down what you will get based on shipping. Because if you sell something for $1 and it weighs 5 pounds and the customer's paying that $7.75 to have it shipped, you're going to make like 27 cents on that dollar, because your fees are based on the total being ran through that credit card processing. That's why I'm saying the weight and the tax not necessarily the tax, but the weight matters because the shipping is included in that processing fee, the percentage, the 2.9. So 2.9% of, even if you sell it for $1, you did. Oh, that's so great. Oh, I'm so happy for you. That's wonderful. I hope you're so proud of yourself. You better be, because that's amazing. I love it. But yeah, just think about that weight. So the customer is paying $10 after tax, shipping, and the dollar item. I bet you're tired. It does. It's hustle. It's a hustle. So that 2.9% is not on your subtotal. It's on the total. So even if you sell something for $1, the 2.9 is not going to be 3 cents plus the 30 cents. It's going to be off of that larger amount. And I do have a fee structure sheet that tells you the breakdown of that. I need to just get those things in the shop so I can share that kind of stuff with you guys. Know your profit margins. Again, if you're not on here to make crazy money, if you're just trying to make enough to supplement something else, just be mindful of that when you're choosing. The post office failed to pick up my packages and messed up my scan rate. Okay, so Puddin', I'm going to say this because this is not this is me talking to you, and I just take it with a grain of salt. But when you put your stuff out to be picked up by the post office, you scan it, you put it on your porch or wherever you put it. Once you've scanned it that it's supposed to be picked up in 2 hours, now this is where I say having people have their own accountability. You had it out there, you had it ready, you scan it that it's shipped because it is where it's supposed to be. Whatnot's rules are that you need to scan it no earlier than 2 hours prior to pickup. That's what it says. So you scan it, you put it on the porch. If the post office doesn't do their job, that should not reflect on you. Absolutely. It is there. It is ready to go. You have done your part. Does that make sense? Like, I'm sure that this may not be the grand consensus here. I'm telling you, I'm doing my job. I have my stuff out there. It's ready to get picked up. If they don't do their job, that is not on us. You scan it, it's on the porch within 2 hours of pickup. If they're not there to pick it up, that's not on you. And as a buyer, I know that you did your job. You scanned it because it was to be picked up in 2 hours. If they don't pick it up, if they don't scan it, that's on them. And I can look myself in the mirror. I know that I did my part. So don't allow, because, stuff happens. Your postal worker might have had a flat tire, or they might have, been sick out of work and the route got messed up. Yes, your job is to scan it within 2 hours of it being received by the post office. So if you have it where they come to you and pick it up, you scan it, you put it out within 2 hours, and that's it. If you do the dropping off, then yeah, you scan it, you drive to the post office, and you drop it off. So yeah, just know that as long as you're following those rules about the 2 hour window, like that's why they offer to pick it up. You have it out there. That's your job. You scan it, you put it on the porch, they pick it up. You shouldn't have to be there to scan and hand. No, you scan it. It's scheduled to be picked up, or you scan it and you drop it off. That's it. Exactly. So yeah, that's how my post office works. I scan, I drop it off. What they do with it after that is not on me. I have done my part. I have packed it well. I have scanned it. I have taken it up there and dropped it off. They leave me out these giant orange poly carts for me to bring my orders in. It's ready to go. And my packages are received and it's done. So yeah. And Mindy, that can happen, but that's not on you. You did your job. You took it and you dropped it off. Right. And if they don't scan them at all, if they just get trucked, again, as long as you know you're doing your part, they have to have some accountability. You know, they're holding us accountable to our weights, to our dimensions, all those things. So if you are doing your part, they do theirs. That's it. And that may not be what I'm supposed to be saying, but that's my honest opinion, is that I want held accountable for things that are on me, and I'm going to hold you accountable for the things that are on you. You know, I have my job to do, and I can't be worried about you doing your job. I need to focus on my job, and that's it. So, you know, again, if you don't like it, shoot, bye-bye. You know, you don't have to listen to it, but that's how I feel about it, you know. Watch your, yeah, oh, always be mindful of your account. Yeah. Always be mindful of your account. Because yes, if there's ever an issue like that, again, when you know that you're doing your part, that you have done your job, it's a lot easier to handle it. So then you're like, wait a minute, like, I know this got dropped off, I scanned it, I took it, or I scanned it and they picked it up. Right. When you see something that hasn't shown that it's moved, then that gives you the opportunity to exactly reach out to your customer, be like, hey, I noticed that this is still showing that it hasn't been received, but I know it was shipped on X day. You know, have you received that item? Because guess what? That's on the post office. They're the ones that have to make that right, not you. Now, granted, a lot of what we sell is not replaceable. A lot of people do vintage or resell stuff, like where it's not a stocked item, you know. So, but that is not on us. They will have to answer for that because it was scanned, it was received. They got to figure that out. Now, if your receiving post office is saying that they're not getting your fabric, right, the Joann fabric, exactly. Oh, Joann's. If they're saying that they have not received it and got that initial scan, that's when you walk in and you ask to speak to your postmaster and you're like, excuse me, I have 5 packages that I have brought up here and they're not getting scanned and they're not getting delivered. Where are they? Again, hold them accountable. You know, that's it. Like that at bottom line, everybody has their job and we have to trust that everybody does their job and they do it well. I have changed post offices on several occasions. I just bebop around. I know what days are better or worse to go here versus there. Where I'm at, there's a post office about every 15 minutes from me. So depending on the day, I know that if I go into my little town here, if I go on a Friday, I'm going to be standing there or I'm going to be sitting in line, because that's when a lot of people at the end of the week do mass shipments, or they're sending out their payroll, or they're sending out whatever it is. Like, they're just busier on Friday. So I go to a bigger location where there's more slots, there's more people working. You can stay, but when you're for instance, you know, when you first start out, that's what I did. I would take it into the office and I would put it on the counter and they would scan each one and they would give me a receipt. Well, your mom ain't wrong, but we also can't do other people's jobs when it's literally like, you know, the post office. We can't do their job for them. Or believe me, I'd be getting in there and doing it. But yeah, so if you have the ability to stand there and do that, that's great. When you get to a point where you have 100 orders, I mean, anything over 40 orders, really, they will ask you to get a poly cart and they will start receiving your product in like they do most small business or big business. They don't want you holding up the residential line. They will start treating you as a business. So again, once you're treated as a business by them, hold them accountable. You know, make sure that trust is built, that they know you're willing to stand in line. So going in first did me a lot of good, because at first I was going in there with 20 plus packages and I would stand in that line and I would make them scan it. And I didn't care how many people were behind me. I'm like, you're scanning this, you're giving me a receipt. Well, then they were like, can we please start receiving your stuff in the receiving area? Can we please bring a poly cart out? Can you? And then I tried getting them to pick it up and they're like, would you please come and bring it to us? Because when we come to your house, it disrupts the whole route because we're a small town. And I was like, I'm making a lot of adjustments for them. I started going elsewhere, but they started treating me like the business I was becoming. Because at first it was small and it was, I just had a few that would go out, and you should not have to stand there. I'm in Oklahoma. Yes, there's a printout that it's called a manifest. You can print out that manifest and they scan that manifest and it says you're receiving all of this. Yes. Yes. Print your manifest. Again, I have built a level of trust with mine. They have yet to let me down when it comes to scanning in my stuff. The only thing I've ever had an issue with is a wait time. So when you have that level of trust, that's great. I know that I live in a small town and that's much different than several. Some of you live in big cities and that's just not going to be an option for you. Manifest. It has everything in that. It just bundles everything you have onto one scan and you hand it to the post office and you're like, it's out there at receiving. Here's the thing, scan it. And that's them accepting everything. So that's them trusting you too. So that I don't know that everywhere will do that. I don't know how people will respond to that, but that is what it's for. It's a mass drop. It is on your shipping. So when you go to shipments, after you're done creating all of your shipping labels and packing slips, just below it, it says create manifest, and you just click that button. It's going to be in that the side column. It says create, I think it says create manifest. And you just click that and it prints out one extra page that shows all of the pack, all the shipping, and then one barcode. Yes, and you have to do it the day you make your labels. You can't go back and do it. Right. Thank you for saying that. Yeah, you have to be doing it because that's how you do it. Yeah. Right, Mindy, that's my issue, is that I was disrupting their route. And so I agreed. I was like, that's fine. I can bring you my packages. I have an expedition. I will throw them in the back of the expedition and take them down there. No problem. I was in Visuals show and she said manifests don't count. I don't know who Visuals is, but I know that when I hand the postal worker that manifest sheet, it scans that they have received everything on that manifest. So it may not, you can't scan a manifest and it's not an end all, but you still have to scan every individual package yourself that you have shipped it. But when you drop it off at the post office, that lets your customer know and the post office know that is now on them, because now it shows they've received all of those scanned packages. You can't just scan the manifest in lieu of scanning each individual item you're shipping or package you're shipping. Yeah, they do count. They count for receipt. That's your receipt. That way they don't have to individually scan each one. That's them saying that it's there. It'll change it from saying label created to quality clarification. What a gift. Oh, I'm trying. PS form 5630. Is that a postal service form? Eye-catching? Is that what the manifest is actually? PY. Yes. Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah. That is them accepting it. So it changes it from a shipment has been created to let me just pull up one of them so I can read what it says. It literally just says that received at, for me, it's Tuttle Post Office, Yay. Thank you so much. Oh, thank you for coming to this show. Cause this has been a big question for a lot of people, is like all the shipping issues with scanning and what to do and how to do. I have a relationship with my post office here that I do. I take it up there, it goes in the poly cart, and I know it's getting scanned. I have a level of trust of that, but not everybody's going to have that. So working around that, that manifest means they are receiving it as a whole. That is what that means. It just has all of those shipping tracking numbers on there. It doesn't track your first class mail. Nothing does. So just remember that. It doesn't count your first class mail at all. You have to just put that in the mail and pray to everybody that it makes it through the machines and gets to where it's going, because that doesn't have any tracking. But we have to scan each package. Then the post office eventually scans them, but you can do a one scan with them. The Camelot Racing Bears collection. Let me write that. That doesn't sound like something I have, but that doesn't mean that I don't have it. So, Camelot fabric. Now, yeah, I will Google that to get my eyes on it to see if I have it. I'm a visual person. The names don't really help me a whole lot, but it does help me look it up. And what was that, Freedom? People use it at the post office kiosk and don't actually drop the packages off because, oh, yeah, see, you know what? You can't, my take on that is karma, just, ugh. I can't with that. If you don't have a level of integrity where you can look yourself in the mirror and do, like, just don't choose this app is, don't mess up a good thing, just, this app is a really great platform, and I want to do things right because I appreciate what it has given me. So I know there's all different types of people out there in the world. I get that. And I am homebound. I am not a social person. This is where I get my socialization. So again, my take is going to be different than somebody else's, but the opportunities this app has given me, I don't want to squander that. I don't want to mess that up. I want to do it right. And I want to teach it right. I want to make sure people know that it's hard work, but it's an easy decision. You choose it every day or whenever you choose, like, you choose it and you do it. And good does come from it. People say don't use them, but if your post office scans sheet in front of you, just grab a receipt. It ain't hard. Right. Yep. Yeah. If you still are in that process of building up that relationship with your post office, do what it takes. It's worth it. It's worth it. That's it. That's just, so much of it boils down to just treat every order as though you're shipping it to yourself or your grandma. Just think about the recipient. Think about what you would want. Do I want somebody just willy-nillying this and just, no, I want to know that you're going to send it to me. And I want to know that it's, so just as long as you know you're doing the things that need done, you have your role and then the post office has their job. And just leave it at that. Don't try to do their job. Don't try to tell them how to do their job. Same goes back, so you do your part and then they do their part. It's a little assembly line here. Don't, like, for instance, the one that you had the packages out there ready to be picked up, stuff happens, but you still had it out there. And so you should have scanned it, put it out there within that 2-hour window. And that's that, so just do your part. And then the rest of it, it should take care of itself. It really should. Camelot Fabric Racing Bears. I want to get my eyes on this real quick. 1 second. No, I don't want to do that. Camelot Fabric Racing Bears collection. Oh, my heaven's sake. Oh, y'all. I do not have this, but I'm going to look for some. Oh my gosh, it's so cute. Look at it. Ashley, it is perfect. Oh. Now, I don't have any of that, but I do have a gingham teddy bear that would probably complement that really well. It's got those nice neutral warm, like the warm tones, but I don't have any of that. All right. Well, I'm going to take a screenshot and then I will see if I can get some ordered. Let's see here. Let me start a message to my rep and add that picture. And save as draft. Okay. All right, there we go. All right, let's see what I can do. The PS 5630. Okay, so I'm going to write that down on my notes. What did I just do with my pen? Did it fall? Oh, I just broke that pen again. All right, new pen. Okay. Oh, this one's cute. This one says be brave. Okay. So in the shipping section, I'm going to add some information about the PS 5630. Am I following you, eye catching? Are we friends on here? I'm gonna follow you. That way I will have you in my list. Okay. 5630. Helps if I write the right number down. Dyslexia is a real thing, y'all, and whether you're diagnosed or not, you know it when you see it. Self-diagnosed here. Okay. No shows yet. All right, well, let me know when you're going to do some. Hi, Rhonda. Welcome in. And does that say All Donk? All Donk, thank you for inviting your friend Rhonda to my show. You did eBay. Oh, man. So that's probably one of my biggest worries about this platform in the long run. And I try not to worry about it too much because worrying doesn't add a day to your life. But eBay used to be a really great, and I'm not going to knock them, but I'm also not going to praise them either. It used to be good. And I don't feel that anymore. And then selling through it, it's also very different. There are so many places you can sell stuff and buy stuff, but truly, my experience here, I have no desire to even think about buying anywhere else like this. Unless I specifically know the person because maybe they cross sell. You know, that would be different if I had a direct line to somebody. If I know the person that's on eBay, no problem going and doing that. But a new person, but I'm also a reserved person. I'm also a very cautious person. But new sellers on here, the biggest advice, and Freedom has yelled it from the rooftops from the beginning, is become a part of the community. Come on this app, socialize. If that's not your gig, this probably just isn't going to be the true fit for you, because this is a social platform. It's not a stagnant selling site. It's not like the Zon. It's not like the Bay where you're just on there. Now I know that the Bay now, I guess, does the live stuff. I think I don't even bother anymore unless I have a direct line to it. So, when you're searching for stuff, hold on, I'm about to lose track of my chat here. When you are searching for stuff, I need ladybugs and then your white pin dots and black for a couple adoption. Oh, okay. Ladybugs and pin dot. That's a different page. Let me go over here. Pin dot. Do you like the red, black, and white pin dot, or just the white and black? Because I do have red pin dot as well.
I wanted to just remind you that you are loved and seen.
And that's for Sue. And then we have that Racing Bears for Camelot, and that's for Ashley. Okay. Black with white. Yep, that's what I got down. Just perfect. Okay. We are married and just got started in Whatnot and learning slowly. You are very knowledgeable and will keep. Oh, well, I'm so glad that's my goal. Is I had two family members really encourage me for a long time to join this platform, and I just flat would not, and I would not do it. I was like, no, I don't. This is not me. I don't talk to people. I don't want to be on the camera. I wasn't confident in my crochet. I enjoyed it, but I was very uncomfortable. You know, I would make things for family and friends, but I wasn't very confident. And the best thing I ever did was join this freaking app. Like, I'm telling you, I'm a homebound person. My oldest son has a rare seizure disorder. And he also has a lot of physical issues now due to the seizure disorder. And we are homebound. He's 25 years old. And I was driving Spark Delivery. And I had to put my son in the car with his welding glasses on and his hat and all the things. And he had to stay in the car. And then when we'd get out, it was always a whole deal. And I would go shop, and he has degenerative bone disease in his shoulders. So he couldn't even help me. But he had to be with me. And I was taxing my body, and I was dragging him with me everywhere. I absolutely hated it. And yes, it paid the little bit of bills that I needed it to pay, but I was spent and I felt awful. I just felt like a bad mom. But I was also doing what I thought I had to do. This app allows me to stay home with him, and it gives him independence. He's not in here. Like, we literally were 3 feet away from each other for years. And now he can be home, and this is his safe space, you know, and I have my time. He has his time, and I still get to do what I love instead of what I hated, you know? So if that's your situation, or if you're literally doing it to pay for vacation, or whatever your reason is, as long as you have a why, you'll do well. You have to have your why matters. And once you know why you're doing it, the rest of it will work itself out, because you're going to be motivated. My motivation is I never want to drag another 10 cases of water up a gravel driveway onto a porch with a dog on no leash that I don't know. And I don't want to drag 10 more 50-pound things of cat litter to the lady that has the rescue. I'm done. I don't want to carry 50-pound bags of dog food. I don't want to carry on ice and be getting drenched and trying to. I appreciate the people in that role more than ever that deliver food and deliver things, because I was that person and it was tearing me up. And I was very unhappy doing it. The only thing that brought me joy was that I was still able to do what I needed to financially. But now I'm able to do that here, doing what I actually love with people that love it too. You know, if you love to crochet or knit, even though I'm not a knitter, if you love to crochet, if you love to sew, if you love to make jewelry, or if you just like to craft in general, and that's something that you want to do for extra money or for not extra money, for specific needs, there's room at the table on Whatnot for everyone. Everybody. It's a baby in the grand scheme of selling sites. This is the baby. So getting in now and getting in here, meeting people, networking, building community. The Bay's been around forever. This is a baby in the grand scheme of things. It's been around since what, 2017, something like that. Like, not very long. And I've only been on here for a year. And I went from 1 follower, because the 2 people that tried getting me to come on here, one was on the app and the other one wasn't. She was just supporting her sister and telling me what to do. But I had 1 follower, and that was it. And now I'm over 7,000 in a year, organically. That I get what I get in my shows, and when I'm not, like, that's it. But the number that matters most to me is this number. That number 20 up there, that means 19 of you are choosing to be here right now. That's the number that matters to me. Now, my reach, the fact that my reach is 7,000, that's wonderful. But that's, again, just like the wings. The wings are wonderful. To become a premier seller, that would be wonderful if that's your goal. Your why matters, and how you execute it, that's it. You just do you. Try to do better than you did the day before. That's it. You're not competing. We are not competing against each other. When you feel like somebody is competing with you, or if you feel like you're starting to compete with somebody else, you need to take a step back, and you need to be like, whoa, why do I feel this way? Or why do I feel attacked? Or why do I feel like that I'm not doing my, like, if you start questioning yourself, just take a step back and really think about it, because other people's success is not a benchmark for you. It's none of that. You praise them when they're doing well. You praise yourself when you're doing well. You hold yourself accountable when you're not doing well. That's it. Just do you, and you'll do well. But it is work, and it's hard work. The things we do they're not inherently hard, but all of it together, it is. You have to do the work. It takes work. The lives is the easy part. Yes. Right. Just when you raid into somebody else's show, when someone raids into here, there are so many people on this app at all times that if someone raids into you, that's huge. If they come in all by themselves, if they come in with one other person, if they come in with 500 people, the number that's coming in is not the thing. The thing is that they chose your show. So honor that, respect that, appreciate that, and go. Do your thing. Reciprocate it. Make a note. So and so and so and so and so and so rated into my show today. And when you're able to return the favor, do it. Build those relationships. If you are new and you're joining, I mean it when I say message me when you're doing shows, because I can bookmark shows, and you guys know this once you're on the platform for a while, you get a lot of notifications. But when you take the time to send me messages that says, hey, I'm doing this specific show. Can you be there? If you can, great. Here's the link to it. It does help. Individual opportunities to engage with somebody. Do it. Hey, Maro, welcome in. Yeah, and just anytime you feel like, now, don't get me wrong, there are competitions on this app, and they're fun. There are raid trains where you're competing with the person that went before you and the person that went after you to see who can either get the most sales or the most this or the most that. But when you're doing it out of love and overall support of each other, because you're competing out of love and care for each other, you're just doing it for that little bit of adrenaline and rush, just that little bit of, something. It's like T-ball, right? Like, it's okay to want to compete when there's a purpose for it, but don't do it as your daily. Like, don't constantly wake up and think, how can I beat this person? Don't just, you're going to beat yourself up is what you're going to do. So, because everybody's path on here is different. Yeah, I do look at other sellers, and I have a big respect for a lot of the sellers, and I'm a forever learner. So if I'm in a show and I really like their engagement, I'm awkwardly social, I'm getting better. But I look at the banter, and I'm a people watcher by nature. I've always been on the outside looking in. So I see how they communicate with each other, and every once in a while I get that feeling like, oh, I want to say something, and then I don't always, but then when I do, it's usually received well, and then they're like, oh, you're here, and then we start chatting, so it's, be brave, do it scared. That's it, and if you're somewhere where you feel like you don't belong, swipe out of there and go somewhere else. It's not, there's room at the table for everyone, which means there's going to be places that you don't feel like you belong, and that's okay. That's real life. You should, especially with us smaller sellers. It's such a treat to have one of y'all pop in. Aww. See, and I still identify as that. So I raid into, like, one of my favorite places to raid is Dirt Hopper when it comes to fabric. His why resonates with me. But I also like raiding into sellers that I've never raided in for. He is actually, I'm telling you, he is cool people. So yeah, but I also like the opportunity to raid into somebody that I've never raided into before. I do it scared though. I do, because I run the risk of, I have done this before where I have went into a show and someone was literally falling out of their clothes. And I was like, I had secondhand embarrassment, and I brought a room full of people, and I was like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I did. And I felt terrible. And I don't think that the seller at that time really knew there was an issue. So I was just like, oh gosh, and it can happen. But you know what? I made a note, and I hope that that seller is doing well, but I know that I'm not going to go back there. So do you see what I'm saying? Like, still do it scared. Acknowledge the elephant in the room when one happens to come in, it's okay. Yeah. And he is true. He's the real deal. He's the real deal. So yeah, just do it scared. And then when you see those moments where you can help another seller, or, oh, Pacific Pine. Hey, you. Hey, everyone. Yes. You can totally accidentally raid into the wrong show. I hope that's not Pacific Pine right now. Did you raid into the wrong show? I hope you meant to be here. I'm happy you're here. We're just talking about how raids can go really crazy. We're doing buyer seller support. So welcome in. If you are thinking about being a seller, or if you're a buyer with questions about what the heck is going on with all this new stuff on here, feel free to ask away. Yay. Okay. Yeah, no, it can happen though. Have you ever had that happen, Pacific Pine? Have you ever raided into a show and immediately was like, what have I done? Because it can happen. I've lived it. I've done it. You did once, Christine. Oh, I'm telling you. But that's, you know what? If anything, it just proves my point. There is literally room at this table for everyone. Whatnot is open. Anyone can do it. I love your personality because it's so like, oh, Rebecca. Yay. That makes me happy because, yeah, I feel like a weirdo a lot of the time. So I'm glad that I don't have to be a weirdo alone. Do you ever feel like that? I hope so. Otherwise, I probably just really, hurt your feelings, and I didn't mean to. Okay, yay. Raiding into bigger sellers can give you great exposure, especially if they acknowledge you when you raid in. Yes. So, as you grow on the platform, you are going to have opportunities to make a decision. You're going to have to decide, do I go into a big seller, or a moderate seller, or a new seller, right? Like, those are the three categories I would say. Oh, thanks, Mindy. Yes, it's a great group. Oh, Kathy. Okay, let's talk about that. So, she says, I'm just a buyer and finding it annoying that some sellers just want to sell to other sellers. A lot of times they only run for them or want to save things for them. Okay, so let me break that down a little bit. And then eye-catching. Oh, wait, let me see what this one is. How do you know what products will sell during a raid? The other day, the raid it was on changed every 10 minutes, totally different products. So right before they send you out, it'll tell you the show description. That's all you're going to get. Once you get into the show, the first thing I always do, immediately check the bin. Check their shop, see what they're selling. Check their show notes. Anywho, the show notes, wherever they're showing up. I'm pretty sure they're over there. They're over here for me. But yeah, that's the only way you're going to know. Unless you pre-vet your raid that you're, like, if it's a raid train, then it should have a theme. But yeah, if there's no theme, if it's just a raid into this and a raid into that, yeah, you're going to have to check show notes, check that, and then cross your fingers and your toes. That's about it. So Kathy, as a seller who sells to other sellers, and as a buyer who buys from I'm a buyer. So I get where that can seem tough. So if a seller is running auctions are meant for everyone. Now, if they are creating binned items, those are custom bundled items that's it. I mean, that is what it is. Now, my assumption is that you're saying that they're like auctions, so they might put something up, and then in lieu of auctioning it, maybe somebody says, hey, I'd really like that, and they just pull it and they don't run it. I've seen that happen too. What I do in my shows is I make it very clear out the gate that I'm going to show this fabric. I'm going to run this fabric. If nobody buys it in the auction, it is now available to bundle. If somebody wants something specific, if someone says, oh, I really love that. Okay, well, I'm going to run it. And then if nobody else bids on it, now I will put it to the side for you. And I do that for everyone that's in my rewards program. So, right. So if you show it, you should run it. But that doesn't mean they have to. We choose what we run. So again, that's where you just have to decide for yourself. You know, it is hard when you see something you really like and then it doesn't get ran at all. And it's like, oh, why did you show that to me? I really wanted that. You know, and I get that because I've been there. I've done that. But give everyone the opportunity to bid on it. Right. Totally. That's how I feel. Like, that's why I do it that way. If I show it on the screen, I'm going to run it. And if no, and now some people in the chat might see that they really, really liked it and know that they're bundling and not bid on it. So that way they can bundle it. That's community. You know, that can happen. But if somebody's like, I don't want you to bundle that. I want that. Guess what? It's an auction. Do it. Run it. You know, maybe they'll go ahead and bid on it. That same person can still bid on it. You know, it's running. It's running. Swipe. You know, so just make it. Yeah, only bundle if it doesn't sell through the auction. Yes, or right. If it's not it right. So Marsha, good point. So for instance, I'm sitting here, you can kind of see some stuff back here. If it's back here, it's not running, right? It's back there. If you're like, hey, can I get whatever that is back there? Absolutely. I'm going to yank that sucker out. I'm going to show to confirm that was what you were looking at back there. And I'm like, your name goes right on it. Now, if somebody else says, oh, how much of that do you have? I'd like some. Marsha still gets first dibs. She's the one that called it out. She's the one that asked for it. I'm going to say, all right, Marsha, how much of this do you need? I got 2 yards here. And she's like, oh, I only need a yard. Okay, I got an extra yard. Anybody else want this extra yard? Run it. Done. Be fair. Treat people the way you want to be treated. That's it. I know it's so simple, but it's true. Just think of how you would want to be treated. You know, and I think it's a great thing to bundle for other sellers. It's great for sellers to help each other with those things, but don't do it at the expense of offending or doing that. Like, be clear about how you sell. That's the main thing, and be consistent. Don't flip flop. You know, if this is how you do it that way, right? Right. So again, if you're asking for something and I pull it, you get the dibs because you're asking for it. Now, if you just see it on the screen, that means I'm about to run it and you're not getting first dibs on anything you see. This is behind me. That's different than when I have the camera down and you can kind of see some of the fabric over here. Anything you can see on the camera that's getting ready to run, none of that is going to be available for you to just pull and be yours. That is going to run and then you get the opportunity. But this stuff back here, this is stuff that's clearly not running anytime soon because it's in storage. This is my storage wall. So yes, if it's near the auctioning area, it's going to be running for auction. And that's that. Now, what you could do, and what maybe some sellers do, and maybe some should in there because they're not doing it, is set up a private show. Maybe it's 20 minutes before your big show, right? Set up a private show. Get those people that buy from you on the regular, and give them first dibs. That would make me feel so special if someone said, hey, I'm going to go live in an hour, but I got this new fabric and I think you're really going to like it. No worries, no pressure, but I think you're going to like it. And I'd really like to sell it to you if you want it. Do it that way, you know? Or they pull it and they don't run it. Yeah. That, you know, the taunting, right? That to me, that's like taunting me with it. Like, don't show it to me and then don't run it. Right. You'll hear me say, like, I might look over at my pile that you can't see, and I'm like, oh, I don't know if I want to sell that. And that is my natural reaction sometimes to some of my fabric. I'm like, but you don't see what I'm talking about. You know that there's something over there, but you don't see what it is. I'm not going to put it up here and be like, oh, I really don't. Now, and then once I do put something out here, and I'm like, I'm running it, but it's because I'm sharing it. there's a yard here, but I'm only running a half yard. So I got to look myself in the mirror. That's it. So I'm not going to sell it and regret it. I'll share it. I'll take whatever I have and I'll share it. But, and sometimes I'll just let it all go. But I'll be danged if I go, I changed my complete mind and now I'm not going to sell this anymore. No. If someone puts it on the screen, they should be running it, or it should be running either as a buy it now or an auction if it's on the screen. That's just how it, thank you. That's just it. Because I do think supporting other sellers supporting other sellers is huge, but there is a way to go about it. And I think if you reached out to that seller and said, hey, I really like a lot of the fabrics you have. And again, only if you're comfortable doing it, just be like, I feel like us regular buyers, these non-sellers are getting the short end of the stick in your shows. And I really like your shows, but when I see fabric and then I don't get an opportunity to even bid on it or buy it, like that sucks, because if that was happening in this show, I would want you to tell me. I know it's not happening in my show, but if it was, I would want to know, because that person may not even be aware because of the dopamine rush, the adrenaline rush of, their friend is, because you become friends with people on here and it's like, oh, their friend wants it, but there's a way to handle it and they may just not be aware. I don't feel like it's ever intentional. I don't think it's ever meant to upset anybody. So, and if we don't know what's going on because we're blind to it, somebody bring it to our attention is, in my opinion, helpful. Now, how they respond is also on them. So if they do lash back, which I hope they don't, but if they were to lash back and be like, well, that's none of your business, I can sell however I want to sell, that's their reaction. You don't have to, you can read it, but you don't have to absorb it. You need to be right. If you can't beat them, join them. Right. Oh, I love that spirit. Yeah. But no, seriously, like they may not realize that they're doing that. As buyers, always speak up. If we run a yard and you want a half, yes, let us know what you really want. I typically do half yards, and I mentioned if it runs and nobody buys it and all you really wanted in the first place was a fat quarter, just tell me. I put it in a pile to be ran as a fat quarter. If it's running at a half yard but there's 2 yards sitting in front of me, I'll do continuous cuts so that way you still get the yardage you want. So again, I sell that way because that's how I want to buy. I really, really, really hold true to I want you to get the experience that I ultimately want. Fair is fair, it's, I don't know. Cause in my brain, it's just like, there are shows that I've gone to and I'm like, no, I'm not doing this. That's what I'm saying. Like there's room at the table for everyone. So you're not going to like everybody's show. The phrase I mostly use is you're not everybody's cup of tea. Thank God for coffee, because, drink something else. It's totally fine. There's a lot of beverages. It's like a dang soda fountain around here. Just go find your flavor, because you're not going to like them all. You're not. And thank God for that. Could you imagine how boring and how would it be if every show felt the same? Guess what? You would probably quit coming on this app, because then it's just going to, like, the whole point of it is that you get those different experiences. You get the different interactions. I appreciate that we're all different. We could be selling the same product, but we all sell it our own different way, so just, find your tribe, find your people, be open to more people. Check your circle often. It changes. And that's okay. Change is good. We all evolve, and some people evolve with you and some people don't. So as long as you keep a positive attitude, a positive energy, you stay supportive, you're not a Debbie Downer and all those things. If you keep that up, your circle may not grow, but it will be strong regardless, because the people in it are the people that really, really, really should be there. Don't try to be everybody's friend. You will be sorely disappointed. Don't do it. I started this whole thing out not even thinking about making friends. To be perfectly honest, I'm not a friend person. I've not had friends, and I don't mean that to sound pathetic and sad. I don't. I'm a homebound parent. My son was, I did not socialize with schools. I did not socialize with anybody other than his doctors and the lady at the grocery store and the gas station. Like, I just didn't. Not a social person. Well, I am now, I guess. I need to change the way I say that. But you can gain so much more just by being on this platform. It's all learning experience here for sure. Yeah. I have met people and thought they were my friend, and then found out later than I should have that they weren't. You know, I have a big heart. I have a huge shoulder for people to cry on. That's I'm a acts of service person. So my love language is to give of myself. And I don't have a very good radar for when I'm being taken advantage of. So it's getting better. And I appreciate the people in my life that have helped me dial that in. It's meant the world to me, because I was starting to feel like, why do I feel this way? Why do I feel so less than? Why am I starting to feel like I'm not doing my best? And it was that I had people that I was taking on their stuff, and I shouldn't have been. So again, if you're not a super social person, don't let that be a barrier. Just be aware that you can make mistakes. You can make a relationship and you might need to end it, and that's okay. It's all a learning process. Just always be yourself and hold true to yourself. And when things seem weird, it's because something's weird. And have people in your corner. If you don't have someone in your corner to talk it out, I don't know that I'd be that person for you, but I do know this much, that if you came to me and you were like, hey, I'm having this issue, you don't even have to use names. You can just say what the issue is. And I don't mind giving you my opinion as long as you're ready to hear it. Don't come at me for my opinion if you're not ready to hear it, because I will tell you what I think what I believe, and not what I think you want to hear. It might match, but it might not. So just know that, like, because that's what I needed in my life. I didn't have people that would be like, hey, this is what I see happening with you, and I'm worried about you, and I have that now. And I hold that real true to my heart. It means the world to me. And now, like I said, my radar is much better. So again, Whatnot is a big social platform, and you can meet all kinds of kinds. There's room at the table for everyone. Just, be aware. Take care of yourself, and then you can take care of others. If you're not taking care of yourself, you can't take care of others. And I should have known that first and foremost, being a caregiver for my son. That if I'm not well, then I can't help. I can't do anything for anybody. So, anywho, tangent over. Let's have a coffee. Cheers. Do we have any questions about making listings or what to do for shows? Is there anything about that first show that you feel like you need a little bit more help before you launch? Is there anything? Is it the bookmark situation? Is it the title of your shows or the thumbnails you're using? Is there something that you feel is off that you would like feedback on? Is there anybody wanting their profile checked while we're live? I'm going to be on for about 20 more minutes, then I'm going to hop off of here for the day. So if anybody wants a profile check, just let me know and I'll pull it up and go over it and give you my opinion and take it with a grain of salt. But I can do that. Otherwise, we may just go ahead and end a little early and go right into somebody. I don't know who we're going to rate into today. If you're a seller and you would like me to rate into your shows, send me a message that says, add me to your raid list. I want to create a group in my messages for anyone that wants rated into by me. So and I will put us all together, because those, please check mine. Snip, snap, sparkles. All right, let me open up this over here. Oh, I'm going to get the hiccups. Dang coffee.
Think about the person that's made the biggest impact in your life. A mentor, a friend, a parent, maybe someone who's never stopped praying for you. Well,
I will be on Friday. Yeah, I have 2 shows Friday. 1 in the morning, my tried and true morning show, and then I have a night show on Friday. Friday night is going to be Savvy Squirrel. Oh, you definitely came in the right place. I love squirrels. I hope you had a great show. And you came in with Honey Badger. Oh my gosh. That Oh, I love this so much. Honey Badger and Squirrel in the house. And who else came in? Baji Strong. Did I say that right? Oh gosh. Welcome, welcome. I love it. Upcycled question. Oh crud. So I sell my crochet things I've made and only have a sale every 5-6 shows. Do you have any advice for someone that doesn't resell? Oh, absolutely. Handmade goods, upcycled goods. That's a great category. It's a baby of things in the grand scheme of whatnot. So branch out. Just what? Yes. Try different niches. So try if you're doing clothing, go to those specific areas that sell just straight up resell clothing. It's still clothing, so you're still meeting the criteria for the list for that category. If it's jewelry, go into the jewelry category. Don't stick in that handmaids category too much. Always do a show or two in there, a month or a week or whatever works best for you. That way you're still in there. People are seeing you in there. But yeah, definitely branch out. Do different categories. Also, people that like upcycled things also like typically like vintage, that kind of stuff. So maybe try that category. That's a huge category. Your reach on the vintage, huge. So and it may or may not be vintage, play the line there a little bit. But yeah, definitely. Yeah, handmade categories where I started. I was making handmade things with crochet. That was the category I was in. And I luckily had wonderful people come in and they're like, hey, you really need to be in the knit and crochet category. And I'm like, but that's the supplies. I don't sell supplies. I was so nervous. And they're like, do you have yarn? And I was like, yep. And they're like, do you have hooks? And I was like, yep. And they're like, go in the knit and crochet supply category. Just give it, you have the things. And I was like, okay. And it was a game changer. So definitely always be willing to branch out. Try something new. All right. Now, Snip Snap Sparkles. Let's go to your profile here. All right. Snip Snap Sparkles specializes in vintage finds, junk journal supplies, ephemera, scrapbooking, creative crafts, curated bundles. Follow for first access to new arrivals. Love that your bio is straight and to the point, but it doesn't tell me who you are. So maybe add a little bit about yourself at the top. And then also utilize that back banner. You don't have a back banner yet. Utilize every piece of real estate that you can. And you don't have any shows listed at the moment or the shop because you're brand new. Totally get that. But when you do, make sure that your titles, keep in mind on what will show up on the screen. Okay. So on the screen, you're only going to see the first, 30 characters, and then it cuts it off. Anything after 30 characters is still a searchable word. And that's a little hack for Whatnot. Same with your listings. The first 30 characters show up. The rest of it, you just see ... right? Like you don't see the rest. Those two things are what people can search and pull up things by. So if you put all of these things as part of your title, max out your character usage. But make sure that very first part, those very first 30 characters, are your biggest items, for instance. Don't just put craft supplies, because that's the category that you're probably in. So don't duplicate information. Put as much extra in there. And then in your listings, fill up that title with whatever it is, any keywords that can pull. Utilize those twos. The description's great, but it's nothing in the description is necessarily searchable. It's that title. Those are your SEO key areas. Show titles, your tags, your 3 tags that it gives you. and then
Everything felt really heavy.
item titles.
Very emotional. Very emotional.
Yes, and always have shows for people to bookmark, even if it says TBD, for to be determined. Have some shows in there. Make the picture about what it's going to be, whether it's going to be like, if you know that you're going to do $3 starts, just make one that's got whatever like in the background, and then $3 starts. I searched quilt today, and here I am. Oh, yay. Wonderful. Yes, because I do try to keep my buyer seller supports in a category outside of community, because I want people that are in those categories that are buyers that have thought, well, maybe I could do this. That's where those people are. They're in there. They're buyers. They're already in there. So if you're a buyer and you're thinking about being a seller, this is how I'm going to be able to reach you. So sometimes I'll be in knit and crochet. Sometimes I'll be in the sewing and quilting category. Sometimes I'll be in the jewelry category, and I do community category sometimes, because I'm also looking for more people that do what I do and get involved more in that. So yeah, just branch out. Just put all the feelers out and see how it goes. But yes, I do. I love your thumbnail, your snip, snaps, and sparkles. Your little profile pic is perfect. And yes, I'm gonna hit a follow back here real quick, and then yep, I would just add a little bit about yourself. Even if all you're saying is, hi, I'm so and so, welcome to my shop, and that's it. But just a hi, just a something to welcome them to your profile. After the show, if you're up to it, check out my fabric show and answer my poll to help me out. Well, let me just go in there, and we're gonna do it right now, Mindy. Do it right now. Well, I didn't mean to go out of my show. I need to click on your name first. Profile. So the tomorrow show. I love the monkey. If I made my own fabric bundles, what would you be most interested in? I love the question. And I like that you don't have what I would almost always put, which is all of it. Because it's a cop-out. It's not, it's the truth, but it's also a cop-out. So if you would have put all of those things as a final option, I would literally click that because I mean it. But some people might just get fear of making the decision and just click all of it, and then you're not really getting an answer, right? So I like that you don't have the cop-out one. It's like pick 5 out of 1 to 10, right? Yeah. So now the other thing is I don't know if you put the ... or if the app did that. Was there any more information after pillow covers, or was that what you typed? Because I don't know if it shortened it or if that was just on purpose. Would you mind? And yes, upcycled Little Mountain, I will. So I'm going to answer the question because there is no all button, which is what I would want to hit, is all of those things. So I guess the one thing that I want most right now is mini charms. Yeah. Because I'm all about that EPP right now. So even I would have picked, if I could have picked 2, I would have picked the mini charms and the charm packs. Oh, okay. I like it. No, that's a great question. And it's great. It's a great conversation starter. Absolutely. All right. So next up is going to be upcycled. View profile. Oh, love that. Love the picture. It is the same image, so you might utilize that space and really add some more information on that banner, but it's still beautiful. I like it the way it is, but it's an opportunity to add more information about your shop. Go to the shop here. Ooh. Mandala wall decor. Pretty big dill earrings. Oh, those are adorable. She's got pickle earrings. Oh, Oh, you did hot air balloons. I love that. I did a class for hot air balloons. And that was such a fun class. I love yours. Yours are all little hanging things there. You've got your bags, bowls, stamps. Very cool. Lots of items. Great descriptions. There's stuff in the details. Pictures are good. All right, let's go to your shows. I like it. The only thing I might say is utilize your shows. How do you feel about the short videos when scrolling and whatnot, like infomercial? So like where they have a show and then after a few seconds it plays a little video. Is that what you mean? Oh, I don't know. I haven't experienced that to know. I'm going to go in there in just a second though. Oh yeah, I didn't know that. You mean, well, hang on a second before I scroll out. That's next. Your show thumbnails are an opportunity to display, especially with you doing the handmaids. I would make each one a different item. So that way, even when they're in your shows, they're seeing the variety. Does that make sense? Because right now it looks like I see these two things, but then this is duplicated. Now, when you're making your shows, it's smart to go ahead and hit the duplicate show option where you can do up to like 10 shows at a time. Totally get doing that. But then always go back in and just, I would, even if it's like every other, I would just try to keep that page a variety. That's all. And you might see that you have more bookmarks on a certain show than others, even though what you're selling is going to be the same in both shows. It's the picture. So try to remember that sometimes the people click on the picture that looks the most interesting. So right now, they're all pretty similar. You've got 5, 4, 4, and 2. Let me go ahead and add to that. And as a buyer, you're welcome. If you are having a no spending day or a no spending week or month, whatever, or I ain't never spending anything on Whatnot again, but I'm just here for the good time. There are things you can do to support the sellers that you love. Bookmark their shows. It costs you nothing. Share their shows. That costs nothing. Come in and chat. Costs nothing. And I shouldn't say it costs nothing. All of this costs you your time. So don't do it at the expense of yourself. But if you're already on the app, I know, it's a thing. I have had to do it. I've had to do it to myself. It doesn't last, but I've tried. But yes, there are things that cost nothing but your time to go in and bookmark their shows. It helps them in their algorithm. Share their shows. That helps the algorithm. Show up in chat. That helps. Perfect. Yes. If anybody wants to go into mini show, like, please feel free to ditch out of here and go in there and take that poll. She's really wanting to know what people are interested in with personally made bundles. So she has 5 different options in there. Just go in there and click the one that you would most adapt with. Yes, chat the shows. Now, I know that there are tons of times when you'll go in a show, and it's usually the ones that have like hundreds of people in them where it's just like constant, like emojis and all the things, and it's hard to chat. Oh, thank you for your purchase. It can be hard to chat. That's not a chatting show. Know the room, read the room. That show is all about boosting that seller. That's what they're doing. So when people come in and they're like, I can't even get a word in. I'm being ignored. No. You're just in the wrong show for that, because they're trying to hype that show up. either join in or go somewhere else. That's just how it works. So, read the room. If you're in a chill room where everybody's just chatting, join the chat. If you want to help some seller get in one of those shows that's getting all fired up, and go in there, and if it's all a mood thing for me. Sometimes I'm in the mood and I want to go in there and I'm like, yes, let's get this seller going. Fire in the chat, all that stuff. Sharing the show, doing all the things. Yeah. Click on my monkey. If someone comes in your show and says to click on their monkey, I just need you to know that they might actually mean it. I appreciate your advice so much, truly. I've been trying to keep my head up, but when I'm on for a couple hours and nobody even says hi, I get depressed. Oh, yes. And buyers, sellers who are buyers, when you go into someone's show, I get that my first reaction is not to say hi. My first reaction is to read the room. So this is where, again, I might say something that I don't mean any of this to hurt anybody's feelings, but if no one is saying hi and you are welcoming each person as they come in, don't stop doing the right thing. Keep welcoming each person into the room. Have a craft, have a coloring book or a doodle pad or something. Be doing something while you're waiting. And as soon as you see some little movement, look up like, hey, welcome to my show. I'm hoping to get a few people in before I start an auction. If you'd like to hang out, share it with your friends, let them know we're here. If not, if you just want to chat with me while we see if somebody comes in, acknowledge that that's what you're doing. Just be like, hey, let's do it. Let's just sit here and chat for a minute. What do you like? What are you interested in? Have you looked at my shop? And some people are in buy mode. They're not in chat mode. Now, those people are going to learn really quickly that Whatnot is chatty. There are all kinds of selling platforms. Don't change you. Don't get discouraged. As long as you're doing you, I know it's easier said than done, but also maybe just set up yourself like this. So you're like, okay, the last couple shows, I've been talking to people and ain't nobody talking back to me. So I need to personally invite a few people to my show so we can just chat while we hope this kicks off. That's where that community really kicks in for you. Invite me to your show. Let me know. I can't guarantee I'll be able to make it, but I definitely won't make it if I don't know what's happening. So definitely invite me to your shows. I love coming in and trying to keep those chats moving in shows that are starting out. And it's hard. You feel like you're talking to yourself. Always assume someone's in the room. Always assume. Now, obviously they can't answer back. If they're doing that, I think we need to have talk. But don't ask questions. Just tell stories. Tell a story that if somebody walks in mid-story, they're like, hey, I missed something of that. What are you talking about? You're nodding your head. Oh, wait till I wave at you and you wave back. Because it'll happen. I've done it. And then people come and they're like, I literally just waved back at you. And I'm like, thanks. I felt that. Yeah, in the beginning, it's just that awkwardness. So again, network. Meet people, talk to people, get to know them. That's where you're going to shine because you're going to be comfortable. Yeah. When you have your community, it's a different ball game. I literally started on here with one person. Her name is what is her she did just change it. PS, is it PS Place still? I think it's still PS Place. That was it. One person. Temu autocorrect is getting you real good. You do it while you... Oh, Sue, I love it. Oh, yeah, and here's the other part of it. So, private shows can be a game changer because now you can't say a word about who's not in the room because no one can see the show. That helps you focus on doing a show. It is so hard to break out of the no one's coming in here, no one's coming in here, no one's coming in here, no one's talking to me. It's very hard for that voice in your head to shut the hell up. Shut the heck up. Sorry. Happens. Been there. Private show. Make sure you work out a time with at least 2 other people. Always have a middle. Always have some odd number. Have an odd number in the room. Don't know why, but that's just how I feel about it. So you get in there. You do this private show. You're in there with people that you already feel comfortable with. You're going to run auctions. They're not probably going to buy any of it because you're there just to test out how you do your show. If they do, you can cancel the orders just so that way you can go through the process of congratulating the winner and find some people that you know you can do a pretend show with or a real show if they like what you got. Your shows make me excited to do show. Oh, well, good. It can be, it's a scary idea. It's the thinking that's scary. The doing it, do it scared. And if you set yourself up for success by just doing these small steps first, your outlook is going to be way different. You know, I literally started out knowing nobody. And yes, my worry was nobody was going to come in. And, oh, Marsha, yes, I can do that. Marsha? Oh, one moment. I only had 1/2 yard for you yesterday. Right there. I just had 1 little 1/2 yard for you for yesterday. But the rest of it was but that was it. Because you'd already bought the other stuff. Did I just bundle it and not run it for you? I swore I ran that for you. Wait a minute. Didn't you already pay for that stuff, ma'am? Marsha. Right here. No, you did not. Okay, just kidding. Sorry. Yeah. Okay. So then we're going to add that 1/2 yard from yesterday. So we've got... I think I did this already. And here I thought she had bought it. Oh man, that'd be something. Well, I'm so glad. All right. All right, hang on. I swear I have a... Oh gosh dang it. Hang on. What the heck? Marsha. Well, heck. Captain Butterknife. Yeah. Okay. I did not run it yesterday. So I have 5, 4, 10, 5.
You are never alone when you worship here.
5, 4. So I've got 9, 14, 24, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33. 33. It's 33. Sorry about that. You must have won a giveaway or something yesterday. I swear I saw your name. Did you win a giveaway yesterday? You bought some stuff yesterday. I think you won auctions yesterday. You have fabric that you bought. I don't know. I was on a long time yesterday. Okay, yeah. I was going to say, I swear, that's why I thought I already ran this. I'm like, don't pay for this twice, but I just looked it up and no, I didn't. I did not run it. So, okay. Is that going to weigh more? That's not going to weigh a pound. And if it does, I'll cover it. And oh, and you know what? You are in my Squirrel Squad, so I'm also going to take, because I have some coupons that I need to do. So I'm going to do it for 31. That's going to take an extra $2 off. So I'm going to do it for 31. I did the first coupon out. I hope you've used it. Yeah. I sent everybody in the Squirrel Squad, because I do the dollar off dollars all the time. And I sent some of those out, but it won't let me do multiples. I have to make individual ones. It's insane. So that's something that I'm going to bring to the Whatnot meetup, is that I think they need to be able to make where you can create coupons specifically for people, and that they can be used multiple times. It doesn't exist, at least not where I have been able to find it. And I really think that would be a great feature for anyone that reaches that top tier status, because the coupon's cut off. And then you have to make them all yourself. And I'm not saying it's daunting or anything, but it's hard to remember to utilize time to get those done. And then you have to come up with codes, and you have, like, there's a lot of stuff that I'm like, I'm going to forget these dang codes. I don't expect anybody else to remember them. So anywho, long story short, coupons coming. Once you run out of coupons, I make you more. I just struggle bus for sure. All right, Marsha, there's your bundle. I'm going to run it for the 5 seconds. That way you can just grab that. This is for Marsha. Her name is on it. That's running. It's for Marsha. And she knows what it is. And thank you. I will get that out to you. Yeah, bundling is a great thing. So as a new seller, I encourage you to do that. I know that it cuts into those sales accumulating to hit that 1K, but this is my take on it. If you truly plan on being on Whatnot long term, your focus needs to not be on your 1K sales. It needs to be on connection. Yes, you can hit 1,000 sales quickly when you're selling dollar items or doing stuff like that. And yes, you can hit that goal, but you could be doing it at the expense of actually making true connections with people and building your community. So just there's a give and take there. So what I would say is focus on, if someone comes in your show and they're like, I like a lot of what's in your shop. You're like, you know what? Let me know what you like. Maybe we can just do a bundle. We can just bundle it for you. I know it makes me feel special when I get a bundle built for me, because it means nobody else gets it but me. You know, it's a special thing. So as a new person being willing to do that, yes, you're going to have to go in and you're going to have to take those items out of inventory to do that, but it's worth it. It's worth it because you are building that level of trust with them and accountability with that person and their experience. How often have you had a good experience and not told somebody about it? You know, like if I go into a show and I have a great time, I'm telling somebody. I'm telling lots of people. I didn't have that necessarily when I first started because I didn't have any people to tell, but I would tell Pia. I would tell her. I'm like, oh my gosh, you know, this happened today, and it helps create that a good feeling. It gives a good feeling, and you can tell them, hey, also, I'm trying to get to my 1,000 sales, so I'll run this bundle. But if you could help me find people to come in and just support me as a seller, ask. The worst somebody can say is no, you know, or not right now, not at this time. But always promote that. You know, if that's a goal you're reaching, tell people what your goals are. You know, just share what you're doing, share your experience, because this is a social platform. You betcha. And invite me to your shows. Because truly, I get so many notifications because I follow and bookmark, and I do everything I can when I'm in shows to support the sellers that I'm attending their shows. I usually come in, I hang out. You don't even know I'm there. I do have myself set up on incognito. I am an introvert. It doesn't come across right now, but I am. When I come into a show, I spend at least 5 minutes. When it's a new person, when it's somebody I already know, I probably come in there like coming in hot, coming in with something. But new people, I come in, I read the room, I see how it's going, and then I ask a question, or I say something to someone else in the chat, or if I know somebody, I'm like, hey, you're here too. Hi, just got here. It's not a lie to say you just got there, even if you've been there for 5 minutes. You literally just got there if you've been there for 5 minutes. So don't, like, truly, just like, hey, I just got here, you know. And if you're in the room for 5 minutes or so and you're like, oh, I don't want to be in here, guess what? Shooking, you're out of there. Go somewhere else. You know, just read the room, because not everywhere is going to be for you. And thank God for that. Thank God for that we all are different and that we can all bring different things to the table. So no judgment. I'm grateful for it. I'm grateful for the diversity. So yeah, just try to focus on the positives. And every time you go in a show and you decide that you like it, that's a check mark for me. Like, I tried it and I liked it. If I go into a show and I didn't like it, I check it and I move on. I tried it. The point is to get out there, to see what works for you, what doesn't work for you as a buyer and as a seller. When you go to shows and they're like, hey, if you're a seller, drop it in the chat. Do it. Do it. Like, and thank the person that's asking you to do that, because it's technically against terms of service to go into a show and just start talking about yourself. And not only is it against terms of service, but it's rude. So just know, like, when you go in a show and someone's like, all right, all my sellers, drop in the chat what you sell, when you're selling it, utilize that and thank them for offering that to you, because they don't have to. They don't have to. And when they do, that is a sure sign of a person that is confident in their own abilities, that they are really to open up the floor for everyone else to get in there and share what they have as well. So in that, right now, if you're a seller, use some emojis. Show us what you sell by using the chat feature. Tell us when your next show is. It is open. There's 20 of us in here. If you have a show, I don't care if it's 6 months from now, drop it in here. If you're brand new and it's a first show, make sure to mention that. If you're new and you're networking and just tell the category so people can know, like, oh, that's a new person in this category. I want to go in there and follow them so I can, stay up to date with them. So yeah, if you're doing shows, share it. Right now is your opportunity to shine. Get in there, put your shows. Yes, there we go. The thread chapter. And so you do books and sewing. Oh, I love that combination. Let me see here. Let me click on your name. You have a 5-star rating, 1-day ship time, and you've already sold 5,000 items. Get it. Get it. I'm following you. My son's girlfriend is joining the platform on the 13th. She is an avid bookie person, and she's doing her first show. So I'll be sure to share your profile with her. She is brand new, very nervous about it, being new in general to selling online at all. So yeah, going to do vintage and can answer shipping questions. Wonderful. And you mainly do fabrics. Perfect. And you're joining soon. Absolutely. I saw that profile. You've got those couple things that would just make it a little better because it's already good. It's just, you can always do that. Draz, hey. Oh my gosh. Draz is here. Oh my gosh. You're at my show today. Thank you for being at my show today. Yes. Draz is a wonderful seller on here. Her and her husband sings. Her husband sings in the background while she does her shows. And, yes, she has so many different things that she sells in the fibers category. So yes, awesome. Thank you for coming to my show today. It means the world. Yeah, here we go. I'm a fairly new seller, less than 10 shows in. I sell fabric, yarn, randomness, and now offering 3D prints. I 3D print notions. Yes, girl. I love, we love our 3D printers. I'm not new, but I've enjoyed your show, all of the info. Oh, well, thank you, Picking with Peggy. Are we following each other? Let me see. I'm following you. Okay, perfect. And you are a premier seller, Picking with Peggy. Why does it not show that here and Draz? Is that something that they've taken away? I swore it used to do that, even when you were in it. I don't know. Crazy. Yeah, you guys, Draz, Picking with Peggy. These are premier sellers that are in my show right now. I'm just kind of nuts about it. But welcome. Thank you for coming to my show. Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, I absolutely love that. Thank you. Buyers gibbies all the time. My next show is either later today or tomorrow. Oh, okay. Well, if it's later today, be sure to message me because I will be in here packing and I can come in and chat and stuff while I'm doing my final packing. All right. And Draz, your show is today, but what time is it today? Is it soon where I can maybe I'm already 15 minutes over what I was going to do, but that happens to me all the time. I'm always on here too long. And it's not too long. It's always just enough. Oh, so your mountain time. So that's going to be 1:30 my time. Oh, okay, so in about 45 minutes. Okay. Is that right? Did I do that right? No, that's 3:30 my time because you're the wrong. That's that way. So 3:30 my time. I'm central. So 3:30. So yeah, 3:30. Got to get that brain activated. Yeah, definitely. Just send me a thingy, and that way when I go back through, because every day after the show, I go through my messages, I go through things, check it, and then so anytime you invite me to a show, I do. That is a time I dedicate every single day. I usually do it when I wake up, after I fix my first cup of coffee, and then I check it after my show, and then I do one last check at bedtime because I can't live with myself if I don't check to see if there's anything going on before bed. So, you're worried about your bio being too long. Well, there's a character limit for bios, so it can't possibly be too long. You're just utilizing all that it is allowing you to use. So positive thinking there. Just stick with that. Let me look at your profile here. So you've got 259 sold, less than 1 day ship time. Girl, that is great. 5-star review. Welcome to Yaya Gone Rogue. Mom. Here's the deal with it. I like it. And you want to know why I like it? Because the first part is chunks of information, tells me enough. I don't have to finish it if I don't want to. But if I want to, you give me more. Everything that the person needs to know is bam, right there at the top. The details are after. So I think it's formatted perfectly. And the stars are all in where your categories are. It breaks up the categories and also brings them front and center. That's really the first thing I notice is your categories because of those stars. So not overusing emojis benefits you because where you're using them, it really brings it to the forefront. I love it. So if somebody doesn't take the time to read the rest of it, they're missing out on getting to know more about you, but you are giving them as buyers what you sell right out the gate and the personality behind it. So no, I say I'm going to read it now out loud for everybody. Okie dokie. Is that okay? Can I do that? Are you good with that? Okay. I'm going to read her profile and then maybe that way it'll make sense to everybody how I said, chunks of information. Good to go. All right. It says, welcome to Yaya Gone Rogue. Mom, Yaya, fiber artist, crochet addict, sewing enthusiast, treasure hunter, and now occasional 3D printing freak running on caffeine some days, sarcasm every day, and creative impulse. Around here, you'll find fabric, yarn, sewing and crochet goodies, vintage treasures, 3D printed chaos, rogue randomness, good vibes, and mischief aplenty. I love creativity, nostalgia, colorful chaos, and giving beautiful forgotten supplies a second life. This isn't a big box craft store. It's a cozy little rogue corner where we can laugh, shop, create, and occasionally encourage each other's addictions responsibly-ish, which I love that. As someone living with a chronic pain/disability, I've learned to build a creative life that works at my own pace. Some shows may be shorter or more laid back depending on how the body is behaving that day, but the chaos, sarcasm, and purple vibes are always included. Welcome to the Rogue Crew. Now let's make some questionable financial decisions together. Girl, you nailed it. You nailed it. Y'all, tell her how good she nailed that. That nailed it. Absolutely. Love it. So, yeah. Chunks. Big old chunk of information. Lets me know what I'm about to buy. And then the rest of it, feel good. All the feel goods. So, yeah. You got this. Oh, I hope they're happy tears, girl. If you're going to be crying in my show, it better be for happiness. I'm all for crying. I normally cry when I'm mad. So I'm glad that you cry when you're happy. Because I cry when I'm mad. Good. Yeah, if you well, and sometimes I don't only cry when I'm mad, but that's typically when I'm crying the most. The rest of the tears I can kind of keep under wraps. Oh, wonderful. Thank you, Michelle, for doing that. Yeah. Guys, follow I'm telling you, you're not going to meet people if you don't get out there and just get to know them, You bet. Yeah. You are the company you keep. Whether it's on here or when you're off, you are the company you keep. So meet people, make those decisions, and do it. Just do it. All right, Mindy, you're up next. Crap. I keep hitting minimize show when I'm supposed to click your name and go to your profile. Okay. View profile. All right. Less than a day shipping time. 180 sold. 5-star review. Here we go. I love your that is like a straight up letter to the community. I absolutely love it. The only thing is if you add at the top, because you do have characters left over, just take those keywords and add them at the top, right under hello, I'm Mindy. I would just put, this is what you're going to find here, and then put what they're going to find, and then take that message that you have. Don't change a bit of it. That is all you. Looks great, reads well. Just move it down, and then right above it put, here's a bit more about me, but put those bullet points, and use some bright emojis or color something just to break up each category that you sell, whether it's fabric, sewing notions. Just get that up at the top, because some people, and by some people, most of the time I'm talking about myself, I'm a skim reader, but those emojis, like a squirrel seeing something shiny, that's where my eye goes. So that's where I'm looking. And there aren't any emojis here. So now I know if I want to know what's here, I actually have to read the whole thing. So, and I liked what I read, but my brain was, what does she sell? What does she sell? Like, that's just what's happening in there. So having like, hey, I'm Mindy. Here's what you're going to find when you shop with me and come to my shows, and then list it all out and just break it up. And here's a bit more about me, and just keep that true you message right there. Just move it down a little bit. That would be my only constructive criticism there. And it's not a criticism at all, because I like what I read. All right. Anybody else want to be brave and let me do that? And that is just my opinion. Just saying.
If you haven't heard this next one, do me a favor and turn it up. These are my friends.
Yes, just being in the room and being that supportive voice and person in the room makes a difference. There are times that when you're scrolling through shows, I'm a real in-betweener. I struggle going into shows that have very few people, because then I feel like I'm gonna stay in there for the wrong reasons. This is just me being completely transparent with you. If I see there's only 2 or 3 people, I get nervous to go in, because of me and my acts of service nature, that I might end up being in there even when I shouldn't be in there, because I want to help. Then there's also the big shows where there's like thousands of people or hundreds of people in the room, and I feel like I don't belong. Like, I just feel lost. I don't, because the chat will move quickly in those shows typically, and so I can't even recognize if somebody I know is even in there. So it's real hard. Those are shows that I typically go in when I'm on a mission to purchase specific items. I really do like that middle ground, when there's not an overflow of people, but there's not only a little bit of people. But the only way for those sellers to get that number up is for people to go in there. So it's hard. So when I do go into a room with a few people, the best thing you can do, if you're like me and you're like, oh, I want to be here, but I can't stay longer than X amount of time. I want to be here to help, but you still have to take care of yourself. So if I come in and I'm like, hey, I've got 15 minutes. Is there anything I can do to help you with your show right now while there's just the 2 of us in here? Like, can you tell me more? Get them to talk. And if that's not in your nature, that's okay. But that is my nature. I'm like, come on, let me see what I want to help. That's just in my nature. So, but it's hard. I have to set a time limit for myself. So like, that way it lets the seller know that, hey, I can help, but I can't stay in longer than this long, unless I can. And then I'll tell you, I got an hour. I've only got this long. Just be truthful, be open. And if you're someone that can help. It means the world to them, and it's appreciated most of the time. If it's not appreciated, just never do that crap again. Yeah. Yep. Share and tap. Yep. Go in. Just Words of encouragement, you know, that's it. Where do you find cute wallpaper on your listings? So I make my graphics and then I use my photography. So I make all of that. You can utilize Canva. You can utilize AI. You can utilize by combining the two. That just takes practice, and it's a creative venue all on its own to do that. But Canva is your friend. I even appreciate it when other sellers or buyers just pop their heads in for 2 seconds to say hello. Totally makes me. Yes, yeah. Always say hi. At least say hello. Now, again, when you know you and the seller are the only two people in the room, waiting 5 minutes to say hi is just rude. Just say hey, popping in, you know. But yeah, just go out, come in. Hey, I'm scrolling through, just saying hi today, just doing my hey-heys today. You know, yeah, just scroll on through. It helps keep them motivated. It lets them know that they're at least being seen on the platform, because sometimes you wonder, does anybody even know that I'm on? Who is even seeing that I'm on? You know, and it'll at least answer that question for sure. But yes, Michelle, if you are, when you're ready to do shows, just truly utilize AI. AI is something that I've struggled with because of the dangers of it, but I use it for good. And that's how I feel like I'm going to combat anything bad that will ever happen with it, is that I am using it for good. That's all I can do, and that's what I do. I am using it to better myself and my situation, and I use it for good. And if that makes, I know that I had somebody come in my show and they weren't trolling me. I think they really meant exactly what they said to me, which was that I was taking away from creative artists. And I'm like, well, I am one of those artists, and I do utilize this for time management. So I'm sorry you feel that way, but I'm not going to change, or I'm not wavering. Like, I'm still going to do what I'm doing. My son is an artist, so I have a huge appreciation for all things in the art realm. But I'm also a firm believer in doing what it takes to better yourself and your business. And if it means using AI, use it. At least you know you're using it for good. So why not? Why not? Oh my gosh, that did not look like I hear you. I don't know what I thought that just said, but I had to take a double take. Yeah, I got to get going. My to-do list isn't going to get itself done. Why? Didn't it get the memo? Yeah, adulting is highly overrated. I remind my children of that every day. They're 25, 21, and 16 going on 30. So yeah, I'm like, look, you don't get to go back in time. Once you're there, you're there. So buckle up. All right. Well, we're going to go ahead and head out. I did a 3-hour show today. I typically do 1 to 2 hours, but today was really, really good. I hope you guys had a great time. I'm going to rate us out, and I'll be back on tomorrow. Tomorrow is EPP tutorial. If you've ever thought about doing sewing, you do not need a sewing machine to do this craft. You do not need a huge stash of fabric to do this craft. It is also a craft that you can do anywhere. It has been a sanity saver. And if you're interested in learning how to do it, I will go through the process first thing, and then I will be doing remnant and things like that, fabrics like that are perfect for that craft. No large yardage tomorrow. Unless you've requested it, I will run it for you. Oh, okay, Jen, you bet. Yeah, absolutely. Thank you so much. I made sure to follow you. That way I could go in and you know what? Actually, I know that I followed you, but I don't know that I went in and bookmarked. You're on at 2:30. You're on in 2 hours. Okay, I bookmarked. So there we go. A couple. Okay. There we go. All right. Yes. So when you are doing EPP, here's the deal. You're making fabric. What you do with the fabric once you're done making it is up to you. You can use EPP and just make fabric with it. And then take that fabric and make something else with it. You are literally just creating fabric. So if your pattern happens to work out to this perfect shape that you sew together and it's something, that's awesome. Yes, that's great. But you can just EPP fabric and just make a piece of fabric and then cut a pattern out of it. Absolutely. That's what I love most about it, is that it is limitless. You can make anything out of EPP. Now, it may mean that you need a machine after the fact. I don't want to misstep there. But you can make the fabric using the EPP method and then use that to make anything you want. May require a machine. But you can also hand sew everything. There used to be a time when there were no machines. So there's that. Traditional quilting shows. Yes. That's a heartstring there, Michelle, because that's what my grandmother did. So absolutely that will be coming, but I am trying to pace myself out since I am also just getting back into quilting after taking a teenage daughter's worth of life hiatus from it. So it's like you're making customized fabric. Yes, that is that. So I love to take scraps and make my own fabric, and EPP allows me to make structured custom fabric. So yes, I might be letting my own cat out of the bag there, but yes, EPP, it's a slower paced way to customize your fabric. But yes, I typically did it with machine only because it was a much faster process and it was just, taking scraps and just making fabric. But EPP is a little bit more structured. It's more about the joy of doing it. It's a much slower process, but it yields a beautiful result. So yes, we literally just cut up fabric to make new fabric. That's what we're doing. Sounds a little insane, but I'm all for the insanity if that's what it is. So, all right, I'm going to create a raid real quick. Last thoughts, drop them in the chat if you have them. And let's see here. Let's see. Oh, shoot. There's just so many. Let's go to the new sellers. So Crossroads Fabric is a new seller. Oh, man. There's so many. Button and Trixie. Katie Wick. Rolling Roads. What do we think? Any suggestions? Because I'm just going to pick a random one. Let me hit pick for me and see who comes up. The one with the lowest number. Okay, let me look at their numbers here. So we've got Button Maid has 21. Rolling Roads has 21. Katie has 25. Crossroads has 28. They're all doing really well. Hang on. Let's see if there's any that have less than that. These are all new sellers. I love this category. How this is so nice. That's a great thing to see. Yeah, so Button Trixie, that's 21. That they have the lowest number. Manute. Uh-oh, hang on. Let me go back. Manute. That one didn't pull up for me, so let me... Manute. Oh. Select. Oh, there we go. Okay, Manute, she's doing cottons and half yards at $4 starts. Fat Quarter Queen. I didn't see either of those. See what I mean? Like, we're all in different regions of the country, and the viewership I think changes wherever you're at. But yeah, we'll just go here. She's only got 8, so she takes the cake on the lower number. So let's go in there and triple up her room, okay? Let's go in with anything positive, whether it's sparkles or hearts or whatever. Just fill it all up, and then be sure to check out her bio, check out her shop. Again, never been here before, but I'm hopeful, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Here we go.